Okay. Yeah, lighthouse it is. So we've all got the fog today, which is excellent because that allows me to operate and catch people unsuspecting. I mean, totally shed a light on new content and things for you guys. Okay, so just as we get started here, I want to do a shout out to a few of our sponsors out there. First and foremost, I also like to shout from a personal angle. Fantasy Grounds has been a great support and has been a great tool in my experience in online dungeon mastering over the last year. Some great tools out there. If you haven't checked them out, check them out. They've been amazing. Second to that, Tabletop Loot. I've also done many giveaways for their dice personally, as well as we'll be doing them on the channel here. For 20 likes and retweets, we'll get that out there. Do a giveaway mid-stream. And last but not least, if you got the figurine fetish like myself, just to get that paint on and, I don't know, maybe even starting second stream. I keep saying it, I should just do it, right? Everybody wants to watch me paint a figurine. I promise it looks nothing like I airbrushed it because they're terrible. Our painting is not amazing. But whalengames.co.uk, go there and get all of your good practice materials and your table materials for show. They got a good discount, 20%, if you give credit to Encounter Roleplay. So, if you reference them. So, with that, I just want to jump into a recap because, guys, last week was crazy. The last couple weeks have been crazy, right? Oh, man. Where are we? Does anybody take good notes? Let's start there.
Suneva does not know what that means.
I believe we're in Ravnica.
Some creepy underground kill tunnel.
Talking corpses.
We haven't gone there yet.
I believe that's in the 5th precinct, correct?
We are in the 5th precinct, the blister coils.
Yeah, I remember this thing.
And we went to a Boros encampment. I'm doing the wrong accent. I don't know where I am right now.
We did a little bit of recap of what happened between season 1 and season 2. Little bit of vignettes between your characters and help tie them in and bring in some motivations, get to know them and who they are, and establish some dynamics between all of you. Is you really just dropping everybody into a tavern at the first session? It works extremely well. But it can get stagnant. So if you do this staggered approach like that, it makes everybody feel more comfortable. And I think it was effective because you guys by the end of the last session were killing it with the RP and the jokes and having fun. So I think we're moving in the right direction there. Okay, so after that, we dropped in to where we somehow all end up getting tied in to a group being brought together by Nassius Ven. Though without having a direct hand in communication with any of you in particular on stream, has recruited you in one form or another through various tactics into joining this suicide mission. I mean, this mission to uphold the city's values and save the innocence of the blister coils. Yeah.
It's totally fine. Nothing
Totally
can
fine.
go wrong.
If you just look at the pride swelling from Fane's chest, you can just see how much it means to the city.
It's a very important mission, and it brings me pride. Still doing the wrong accent. Don't ask about it.
I thought that was very good.
Multiple accents. That's clearly a Dimir. I mean, or
Spy!
So, to anybody wondering out there, Malakar will be out this week. He's feeling sick. Maybe we'll get him in chat here and there, but we've got a little bit of the fog going on with that time of year. So some Dayquil. Spec is gone and Viz on us. Where'd Spec go? I guess he's out too. Okay, so after we sort of got together under Nastius Ven and agreed to get into this party, we found ourselves in the middle of the warehouse district in the Blister Coils, down towards one of the waterways at Katroon's warehouse. There's been a perimeter set up. The Boros Legion is defending the area as if it were a high watt. And upon passing the perimeter, seeing Commander Fane, they were able to let you all pass. As we've recognized that Commander Fane is the captain of the Skyjack and has a rock somewhere that he flies around on, but they don't let him just do it at any time. I mean, they'll check him out.
I don't even know where I left it.
Yeah, I mean,
I think I parked it somewhere, and there might be a ticket waiting for me.
Double parked.
If I last remember, I might have double parked it when I was looking for the monk. That's a possibility.
Flash to a rock standing there amid the bushes outside the Celestia Conclave with a couple branches leaned up against it, looking around like WTF.
Double parked, like blocking in some poor Ledev's like direwolf mount.
It somehow has a boot on it to keep it from going anywhere.
Oh yes, I always make sure to put the boot on before I leave him there.
This is definitely an Azorius city.
You can never be too careful.
There's a club in its beak. Anti-theft device from the 90s. I'm old. Forgive me. Okay. So you make your way past the barrier and you found that there were just corpses and havoc everywhere. There were no Ember Mages to be seen, as they were only mundane means of healing being used to try and save the poor fools that had emerged from the holes. As you found through your investigation, there were 34 missing souls below, and there were terrible amounts of casualties. It was 80% fatality at the 5-hour mark and 100% at the 9-hour mark. So not a lot of survival rating by staying below ground for too long. With that, they kind of gave you a bit of an encouragement. Yeah, if you want to go down there, by all means, we'll look the other way, because that means one less of us that has to go down there. Something like that. And then we kind of wrapped up the session there with wondering where we're going next. And then as we're like in the wrapping moments, Arcady has to go off to another task. I mean,
Convenient.
yeah, it really sounds like Yorzov, doesn't it?
You know, he's not going to get paid as much as the rest of you. Don't worry about it. He just left in the middle. I will make sure that he gets paid less, based on his amount of integration into the group and how much work he does. He's going to definitely get paid less than the rest of you, because honestly, this is not fair. He just leaves in the middle, and I mean, if any of you get paid the same as him, that is just like, come on, what are they doing? I will make sure to talk to them and make sure you all get paid just a little bit more than him, because he's not here.
It seems fair.
I mean, if you say so. I mean, he has already done so much to help us out. I mean, he made that body give us all of that information. Everybody has... those of you who cannot see in the dark, do you have some kind of light on you or something? Because, I mean, it seems like that is going to be necessary. And, I mean, I know I am okay at least seeing in the dark, but, I mean... And I look kind of awkwardly at the humans.
Oh, I can see in the dark through the power of Matzelesnia. So I am okay.
That is a wonderful blessing.
You know, thinking about what you are saying, you are completely right. He did help us get very far into it. He will get paid the same. You are correct. Actually, I apologize to everybody else if you feel like this is unfair, but he did do a great service to the group, so he will get paid the same.
I mean, I think this is reasonable to me. But I suppose if there anything else that we need before we go and look things over, should we, I don't know, should we have some kind of plan?
You are currently in a Boros tavern where you obtained your provisions, right?
We made it all the way to the location. We ended at the warehouse after
Okay, so
Katie has to speak with Dead. We stopped like there. We were we were
that's
talking
right.
to
We bought
soldiers and stuff.
regions before you went to the camp, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
These people who seem to have experience not having enough provisions made sure that we left with them before we left.
I mean,
like
that
it.
was all Malaka's idea. I did not think of that.
Where is Malika anyway? Where'd he go? I just saw him, but he is now missing. I don't know where he went.
Oh, I think he's just being very quiet.
Malakar is present. I will chime in if I feel the need that he is going to interact, but for the most part, he's not going to be a source of inspiration, as I find a terribly hard thing to do to not spoil the plot.
We'll hold him in our hearts.
And at the front
We'll
line.
try.
Yes.
I mean,
Well,
Wizard
of
Tank.
course. Yes, Wizard Tank
How
all
many-
the way.
How many hit points?
Enough
I
with his
mean-
freaking shield shit. Abjuration School has some crazy stuff.
Yeah,
So,
I'm going to
you're
have to remember I
standing
don't
around.
have Shield of Face.
We're standing around in the camp, deciding where to go next.
I feel like we have no place to go at this point but down and see what there is to see.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. I mean, we don't really have to do anything, right?
Yeah, we could
I
just
mean,
have a
perhaps-
look. Maybe have the sneakiest of us, of course, the one that I made sure to pay in advance. Maybe she could try to move up quietly while we're down here and see if she can ascertain any information before we are forced to get into any kind of combat.
That is always a good idea, I think. I mean, I could try to go visit you if you like, Spec. I'm probably not quite as sneaky as you are, but I can actually be pretty quiet when I need to.
Okay, sounds good to me.
Okay.
Okay.
So, but did we find out how far down into these tunnels that the the attacks are starting to happen? Like how far of a travel it should be on foot? Because we should probably go down together and then maybe let us go up ahead and then we can, I don't know, see
Right.
what happens.
There's not been any attempt to gather information on how far or any directions or maps or anything like that below ground. You've just sort of heard about what the consequences are of going down there.
I go back to the guy I've told
yes.
that I
Yes.
would not ask any more questions to thrice now, and I ask him more questions, and I go, "Excuse me, I know I told you that I wasn't going to ask any more questions, but this is actually really important. About how deep down is this, and where is it specifically?"
Oh, for the sake of the elders. Are you kidding me right now? Does it look like I have nothing better to do than to answer your questions like a tour guide? What is it that you want this time?
You know what? You actually make a great point. Is there somebody else here I could ask about this information so I don't bother you anymore?
You also make a good point. What is it that you need?
Thank you. What I need to know is just specifically, number one, where exactly is this place that we are going, where the tunnels are, and about how deep down is it?
He looks over at the hole behind him. Well,
Oh,
would
I
be the
didn't
main
even
goal
see
there.
that.
Well, you don't want to go down too far. I suppose it goes down further than my eyes can see, and I'm certainly not going to find out. But from all reports of the people who have come back, that it was probably a good 20 minutes to 30 minutes journey along the way. Through the dark, stumbling, they didn't have as good a vision down there in the earlier expeditions. But when they did in the later expeditions return, they said it was the areas that they had stabilized. So you should, as long as you don't venture off the main path, get there within half an hour or so.
Okay, that is useful. Does anybody else have any other questions that they I might not have asked?
Is there a map? Or
This is a good question.
some kind of plan?
Well,
Like a blueprint?
if you want to wait around for a few hours, we might be able to get one of our one of our cartographers back. We've sent down 5 with the group so far, and well, apparently they don't defend themselves that great. So maybe you can find a map on one of their. Well, I hate to say one of their bodies, but if you find one of them alive, you could bring them back with you.
Oh, well, I mean, certainly if we find anybody down there that we are able to get out, we will certainly do what we can to bring them back to safety.
Yes. To me, I at least think if we wait for a cartographer to get back to draw us a map, that means more time that somebody who might be alive down there is left to bleed out or die or something. In my opinion, we should at least try to go down as soon as possible.
Oh, yeah, I mean, if nothing else.
We need to try to save anybody that we can. I think it's probably best we just move ahead.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
Well, let's get to move on then. So the longer we wait, those things, I guess, are just going to keep getting.
Yeah.
Yeah. It might not be as good as a map, but I mean, if I didn't say it already, please stay to the areas that have been fortified. We have reported losses along the secondary routes that have not been stabilized. So just please be careful.
I thank you for the information, and I hand him a 1 Xeno coin for your troubles.
Sir, I'm sorry for doing my duty. As you might understand, being of the Legion yourself, this is an unacceptable use of currency. My gratitude will be expressed to me through my wages. Thank you for the obvious error in judgment. Be on your way.
It was honestly, it was specifically not for this, but for you to bring back to your everyone here for a drink. I mean, honestly, I want to make sure when you guys are off duty that you have a good time. I would come with you and buy the rounds, but I cannot. I'm going to be down there. That's what this was for. If you have a problem with it, I am fine with it, and I will keep the money. But that's what it was for, because I can't be there to buy a round for everyone.
I
understand.
I could take a drink. That does sound like it. I apologize for my stiff nature. It's ingrained into me. It's a training. Yes, Commander, thank you very much. I will take the men out for a much needed drink.
I'm happy to make sure you all get the drink you needed, because this must be very stressful here. Thank you for all your help. And
May the light be with you.
May the light be with you. And I walk away towards the hole.
Okay, as you start making your way to the hole, you do note, as you're turning away from this individual, you see Spectissa with Suniva a few feet behind as they begin creeping into the tunnel.
From behind.
She's not creeping around me, is she?
Nope.
I mean, I wasn't going to wait until we got into the tunnel to start creeping, but okay.
Just like...
I like her. She's very good at her work, but I would not trust her.
Watch out, she's right behind you!
Keep an eye on your spear.
Go to grab his glaive and be like, pull it out, and it is going to be a spear. He's be like, what?
Corrected.
It is a glaive.
Corrected. It's canon now.
All right. You make your way towards the entrance to the tunnel. You can see that the entrance here is about 10 feet tall and about 15 feet wide, slightly flattened along the bottom. And the light gets dimmer and dimmer as you walk along the gravelly undersurface. It occurs to you for something to have dug a tunnel this size, this quickly, it would take an enormous amount of strength and power just to be able to move around beneath the earth like this. Suniva, having seen this monstrosity firsthand, you recall you're reminded of Krob's heroic efforts of sinking the javelin into its rib cage, and recalling that it didn't seem this large when you were fighting it, but it must have been. You venture further into the dark, and you can see where there are stout timbers that are wedged against the walls with timbers across the lintel, across the top of them, holding up rocks with the earth that's sort of shaken down between them. Periodically, with the shaking of the tunnels, I mean, just with the lightning crashing from above and the reverberation of the falls nearby, small slides and trickles of dirt come falling out of the ceiling as you're walking along. Piles of gravel lining the edges of the path. A creak and a snap off to your left, and you note the lintel falls maybe 4 or 5 inches, but is caught on the wall. And you progress deeper into the almost pitch black and silence of the caverns. Who can see in the dark? Oh, not.
I think everyone but Malachar.
I think.
You're a wood elf, right, Spec?
You're
What else?
Yeah,
have you
what else?
vision?
Yep.
Okay. So that means everyone but Malachar. So Malachar.
He has a lantern, though.
He has a
That
lantern.
noted. He's got a hooded lantern.
Which comes off of a thing hanging off of his shoulder, which it kind of just points out in front of him. So there's this one beam of brightness shining up ahead into the darkness, and the rest of you can sort of see in dim light in all directions. Marching along, there are boards embedded into the floor, almost as if there were carts being pushed through periodically. And occasionally you'll see a trail of blood in the dirt. At one point, a few meters on, well, a few kilometers in almost, you note that there is one wall that has burst forth into the tunnel, and there's a spray of dirt and a scattering of scuff marks throughout the dirt on the floor, and here and there's spatters of blood on the wall and on the floor. A lone dented helm still sits in silent reproach.
Is there a way to check how long ago this happened?
Roll me an investigation. Yep, that was in the last 5 minutes. You're fairly certain that that blood is fresh.
Fairly certain.
Okay,
So I guess-
that's not good.
Do you relate
I guess
your
we-
assumptions to the party?
Yeah, so I turn around and I say, I am fairly certain that this happened quite recently. And so it's like a hole coming into the main tunnel?
Yes, it's about 4 feet across. And as you peer into the darkness, it looks like it goes winding downward. Maybe about 15 feet in, it turns downward sharply.
You can't see anything else in there? I don't want to crawl in there.
Does this look like it is that secondary tract we were told to try and avoid for now? There's more of the tunnels that we are in, right? This one just
There is
also
absolutely more
affects.
stable. There's more stable pathway ahead of you, yes.
How long have
Yeah,
we
we
been
should not go.
traveling?
Maybe 7 to 8 minutes.
Oh, okay. So I think he said it was like half an hour's, and I don't think this is the way that we need, is it?
Well, he probably doesn't know about this one if it happened so recently.
Oh, that could be true.
And if somebody is bleeding, then they might be still alive.
Is there any sort of trail of blood, or is it just like on the walls?
There's been a trail basically leading back the way you came since you entered in. The boards along the ground are laid there for carts to carry corpses in and out. Well, out primarily. And supplies to carry in carts with supplies to stabilize the tunnel.
Oh, so maybe this was just something from them bringing somebody out of here for evacuation or something.
Maybe.
I don't know if simply removing corpses from the tunnel would cause splatterings of blood.
I mean, depending on the condition, we saw some pretty messed up bodies up topside, I think.
That is
If memory
true, but
serves,
you
I
need
think
to
we
be
actually
smart.
had memories of, like, piercing wounds on some of the bodies. Am I remembering that correctly, or am I thinking of a different game?
Gouges, gashes, and piercings.
Okay, so I mean, maybe then.
But would it still be on the wall? And it, like, you said it was on the wall across from the hole? It looks like an attack happened, like, right here, right?
Yes, there are spatters, like lines splashed into the walls, where there was clearly a battle at this location. Previously, there were like droolings of blood as they were wheeling the cart out of the tunnels.
Does it look
This is
like
very different.
human or humanoid blood, or does it? I don't know if like monsters or something have different looking blood.
Roll an investigation.
As a healer, I know a thing or two about blood.
You do. You do. Yeah.
I know
Well,
everything about
in
everything.
fact, that is the most knowledge that you could have learned in your experience as a healer. Not only is this human blood, it's been here for about 7 hours.
So this blood on the wall, I would say, it's been here for like 7 hours. It looks fairly dry. I mean, that's just what I notice about it. So I don't know. I feel like it's been a little bit. Maybe this was like some of the first people that came in, so the attacks were a little more intense.
I guess that could make sense if they were definitely not expecting anything just then. And we are so close to the opening still, that makes sense.
Yes, this is. I trust your judgment. Of course, you've worked with the injured before, obviously, so that does make sense. It's probably better than if we just continue along the path we were told to follow. I think, at least. It's probably safer.
That sounds good.
than-
Should we map our way in so we can find our way out, since we're still fairly close to the opening?
You know, that is a very good idea. I mean, you know, I didn't think of that, but that is a good idea. Yes.
Maybe if we
Take a-
track, maybe if
Take
we
a
track
point of
attacks, we can maybe identify a pattern.
Oh,
Spec.
that could make
Please
sense.
take inspiration for your character.
Inspiration?
Ooh.
That is an excellent idea. One of my favorite things with the PM is when I hear a really great idea come from the party that is something their character would absolutely think of in that moment that would be of huge benefit to the party and is good in character. That's absolutely a great moment to award inspiration, which is advantage on any one role that you would like to take.
It's specifically DM inspiration, which is different from Bardic inspiration, which are
Very different.
D rolls.
Okay, so as you were pulling out your notepad, there's a vellum scroll in your pack that you just happen to carry around for noting marks and locations of potential victims of your nefarious dealings. Thank you, Creepy. Thank you. You begin scribbling out a basic note of being about 7 or 8 minutes down the tunnel, and the strange hole coming out of the side, and you mark the battlefield with a skull and crossbones, this is clearly where somebody died. And as you're just drawing up your finishing flourish onto your little non-scaled map, you hear something from within the tunnel off to the side. It sounds like a clicking and a rustling.
Does this sound like a familiar clicking at all to Suniva, who has been underground not too long ago? Like...
This doesn't sound so much like the clicking of falling gravel that you've been hearing, as more of echolocation.
Okay, it doesn't remind me of crawl, feet's padding along after us or something. Okay.
No, it doesn't make you think of that. Though,
Okay.
as you're looking towards the hole, a strong chemical smell comes wafting out with a puff of dust.
I think it smells. Somebody said that it smelled bad. I think this is that.
What is this? Is this some kind of chemical secretion of a creature or something, or is it some kind of geothermal something? I'm not very good with all the scientific things, but does anybody have any information or knowledge about either geothermal things? I apologize, I'm not very good at or creatures. Anybody here have any information about things like that?
I will think about it. Could I make a nature check, DM? I'm proficient.
Make out a nature check. Yeah, that's a good one.
Hey! That's a plus 2.
This reminds you a little bit of the marking habits of insects in how they signal to one another with pheromones. It's got that chemical astringent smell to it, but you don't know how to interpret it with your half-elf nostrils.
So we're smelling this at the same time we're hearing the noise?
You heard the noise, and then as you're all staring towards the hole, waiting for something else to happen, possibly come out of the hole, you hear, so you continue to hear the clicking noise, and then suddenly a puff of chemical and dust comes wafting out of it.
I think we should step away from the hole.
Yes, I agree, and I'm going to try and get in front of everyone and push them back, because I want to make sure that if anything happens, I am first one to maybe even take a hit if it happens.
Well, I mean, if this is the place where the thing is, this might be where we might want to try and move a little quietly and see if there's anything that we could see before whatever it is sees us.
What is this quiet you talk about?
I mean, you do what you can, but try not to make so much of the clinks.
I do have a question. With the fact that I have kind of snake DNA part of me, does this seem like anything that I would have? I understand it's insect based, but with the snake DNA that is part of me, would I understand anything more about this?
No.
Okay, I
No,
didn't
there-
think so, but I figured,
Nothing more I can think of on that one, but I mean, if you, depending on the hybrid characteristics you went with, maybe something more like, you might have some sort of like the pit viper type benefits where you would be able to gain seeing in the darkness through
I
infrared
have 60
sight.
foot of dark vision, but no, I mean,
Mhm.
I only have, like here, it's not that, so no.
Mhm.
I give up on it because I just was checking on that. There's nothing more that I really would say that I have from it. I will, however, try to look towards this direction because I am both curious and wanting to make sure if anything happens, it happens to me before it happens to anyone else under my command.
Everyone roll a perception for me.
It's 10 plus 3, 13 for Suniva.
Oh,
I
15
see
for Fane.
nothing. It's a 2 plus 1 for a big old 3.
I pulled my hood too far down.
Yep, nope. Okay. You stare
This is fine.
towards the hole for a few more minutes, and nothing seems to happen.
This is fine.
Well,
Okay,
should
maybe it's
we-
safe to proceed. I was definitely expecting something with that puff of smoke to come right at us. But
Yeah, me
I don't-
too.
Should
Perhaps
we,
the stones are just settling or something. It seems like there has been a lot of activity around here.
should we go down or should we try one of the other tunnels? Or do we think it's this one because of the smell?
this one would definitely be more recent than the last since there's still a smell lingering.
That could
I
make
would
sense.
think-
Makes sense.
That's fair.
I mean, we could
Yeah,
try and go ahead a little bit, like we were talking about when we first came down, and see what we see.
I
Um,
think it's probably a good idea, at least to see what we can see for a bit.
I mean,
And then
do
if
we
You've got it
Do-
marked
do we
on your
want-
map.
do we
It
want
is
to
true, we've got a great map marker.
sneak down, or I could probably light up a little bit down the way, or do we want to try to stay sneaky?
Could we throw a rock down there and see if anything
Yeah.
happens?
Like
I
I
don't
could
know if
I could
throwing a
cast
rock-
light on a rock and throw it.
But then, if whatever it is that is down there has not seen us yet, once we start lighting things up, it will be much easier for it to find us too.
Yeah,
Um,
That is
I
true.
agree
Also-
with that,
Yeah.
Geneva.
I think they said though that these things do not seem to like the light, so maybe that would also just make it angry or whatever before we even know what we are dealing with. I feel like for
As-
now,
As much as I really don't want to do this, could I go by myself and scout it out first? And then not
So
go
we
too
had
terribly
talked-
far?
we had talked
I mean,
before that perhaps we could go together, and then we are two together, and then Hello and Fane would be two together, and then we don't have to worry about just one person getting nabbed in the darkness.
That is
True.
true.
Probably feel
But-
more comfortable if you didn't go alone.
That is also definitely true. Here's my thing, okay? So I have been in a few combat encounters in my life. Not too many. I've tried to keep peace most of the time, but I think if you're going to move ahead into a place that is more likely dangerous, it is probably better to have the person who can heal probably 30 to 60 feet behind you in case you get attacked.
That is very specific, Fane.
Depending on what their range is for their heals, because I don't know exactly off the top of my head. But 30 to 60 feet behind you, trying to stealth as best as they can. Because if you get hit, it is better to have somebody who can keep you alive. No offense, Suniva. But I think
I
You and I
actually,
together could survive better.
perhaps, but Sunif actually gestures down and you see there's a bunch of health potions hanging from their belt. So, like, I mean, I
Never mind,
don't have
I
any
did not know.
spells, but I, do have a little bit of, things that I could do to help if we get into a pinch, and I am very fast. So if it is, necessary to have somebody come up very quickly or something, I could help Spec to perhaps escape. And if these things also don't like lights, I do actually also have a few things that might help with that.
I completely take back everything I said. I did not know I had so many health potions. With all of those, I think, yes, the two most I guess the word would be dexterous, of us would probably be best moving ahead then. So yes, I completely agree with the idea of you two moving ahead and us staying back a bit.
I think we should all stay within earshot of each other, just in
Yes.
case.
Oh yeah, we should just
Yes.
go a little bit at a time and then come back and go like that so we don't get too far.
I think,
Yes.
again, with my original statement, a 60-foot distance would be good, especially because I can see about 60 feet, so I could see you if you were just 60 feet ahead of us.
So that sounds good. So we can go to Geza to go ahead and see what we can see, and if it seems safe, we will signal you to keep coming, and we can just kind of see what happens. Hopefully, we will be able to find somebody we can help.
All right, let's do it.
All right, so Stealth Squad 2.0, let's go.
Woo!
Just checking, all of us, right?
Just those who are sneaking out
Those
ahead.
two 60 feet.
I mean,
us.
we're 60 feet behind, but we would be sneaking
Ooh,
too
not
to
good.
make sure.
Yeah.
I did not roll well, but I do have a plus
I'm
7, so it's still a 10.
I'm gonna roll it just for the fun of it. Oh.
Oh,
Yep.
Good thing you're staying
I'm 60 feet
behind.
behind.
Ooh. Yeah, Fane, good thing we're
Damn heavy armor.
Um,
I'm just humming
forgot
to
about that
myself.
disadvantage, huh? Bane turns around and begin crouching and creeping along, and his glaive
Chink, 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 chink.
clangs up against one of the buttresses supporting a wall, which begins to topple. He manages to catch it at the last possible moment before the ceiling collapses on top of him, but not before a loud, echoing boom falls down as it's scattering dust all the way down the tunnel in sort of a chain reaction, and shouting of profanities in the middle of doing so.
Forget ringing the dinner bell. He is the dinner bell.
I know. We just hear like cling, 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 cling. It's like all these rocks.
You remember how he was
Sorry.
hoping that he was the one to be attacked? I think that's probably inevitable at this point.
I mean, if
Okay.
it happens, it happens.
Okay, so looks like Megan, you're back. Looks like
Yes,
you
sir.
sort of feed for a moment there. Could you roll me a? Oh, no, you've got a stealth there. And,
Yeah, not great.
Sunivo, yours was
Mine is just 10.
10. That's right, 10.
But hey, double digits.
Nice. Okay, so Spec, you're creeping down the tunnel, doing your thing, and Suniva, if you didn't have eyes on her, you'd be certain she wasn't there. And you're somewhat kind of confused. Maybe that's an illusion, actually walking along in front of you. That's kind of crazy. There is no sound coming from her. So as you're creeping down the tunnel, roll me another perception check. Just Spectissa and Suniva.
All right, come on, dice, work with me here today. All right. Perception.
Yes, Beck.
16. 3 plus 13 plus 3.
Well, Spec, out of the corner of your eye, you do catch a slight amount of movement as you're creeping forward. you see for half a second something sort of black but non-formed. It's too much in the darkness for you to really make it out at this distance, but you see something retreat further into the darkness.
Can I tell how big it is? Is it like a mouse or not?
From distance, it looked like it took up about half the tunnel.
This is a huge mouse.
So I turned around to Suniva and silently tried to indicate that I saw something without speaking. And then kind of ask if they would like to go further or keep going. But I'm kind of obviously very concerned.
Oh man, Suniva's gonna still be able to figure out that you're saying you saw something. My intelligence is 9, but I've got a 16 wisdom, so I think I can piece that much together.
Could we see from like where we are that they stopped moving forward?
Do we think they could see us, like, do we have visuals still?
Because I can see for 120 feet.
Yeah, and that would make sure to stay 60 feet, so I figure I would see them when they stops.
Yeah, exactly. If you can see that far, then yes, they're at the 60-foot mark away from you.
All right, then if I notice them stop, I'm going to cast message to Spec and just be like, is everything all right? You don't have to say anything out loud. You can just think a message back, and I can tell Thane. Is everything okay?
Can I just give her like almost the image of what I saw? Or would I have to like mentally describe it?
Yep, it's words, and it's limited to 25 words.
Saw a dark figure up ahead, took up half the tunnel. It seemed to be retreating. Should we continue?
Fane, Spec saw something big. It seemed to be running away. Should we keep going?
If you can tell her, try to move a little bit closer, but be careful. Don't move too fast. Don't make yourself seen. Try to see where it went, but if it seems dangerous, stop. I don't want them to put themselves into any danger.
Okay. So I will cast message again. Be like, he says, don't put yourself in danger, but you can move forward a little bit. Stop if something bad happens.
Okay, so I motion to Suniva that we're going to continue ahead, but carefully.
Okay, I will follow behind Spec, trying to kind of step where she steps, assuming that she's got a better idea of good footing places. I'm like trying to copy her. Like, I'm like, oh, she's such a better sneaker than Cyrus was. Maybe I can learn something.
I'm just mentally thinking this is such a bad idea. This is such a bad idea.
Oh. Okay, so you make your way further into the darkness towards this thing. And I assume at this point that Thane and Hallow are going to begin following and are going to need to make a stealth check of their own.
Oh, make stealth check. Okay. Yes, we are definitely following 60 feet away as always. Normal.
That's not bad. 17 plus 2 for a big old 19.
That is a 6 total.
It's not a 1.
That's
that is much better than the one I wrote before. Yes, I agree.
Well, you know, you're kind of supposed to be on the back of a giant rock in the middle of the sky, pointing and waving as fire rains down from above. But I mean, you know, you're here sneaking around in the dark. You do what you can, right? Okay.
So I try as hard as I can.
in the history of King, you don't think you've ever been quieter.
The most quiet.
I'm picturing such a like self-smug, like satisfied, like smile on like
He's
Zane's
like-
face while he's just clanking around right now.
I am doing
yeah.
amazing right now. I am just like Zerog. Why did I even hire her? I am so good.
I can
There's
like
nobody as good
almost
as me.
faintly. It's just like
Nailed it. Yeah.
Perfection.
That's so good.
So you guys, in this slow travel speed, you go another 10 minutes or so before you come across. Roll a survival for me.
Just Spec or Spec and Suniva?
Respec and Suniva as you're scouting.
Come on, Matt Celestia! Nope. 5 plus 6, 11.
Well, Spec, as you're climbing along the edge of this tunnel, you're being very careful not to disturb any of these supports. You note that there are some strange prints in the ground, and as you look down at them, you're a little confused because you don't normally see such large predator feline prints in the city, for one, much less underground. This is very clearly almost a 9-inch paw print. It's very, very feline.
So is it where I can take Suniva's hand and kind of almost put it on the print so she can feel it and see it for herself, because I know that she's not seeing it, without disturbing the rest of them too much, just to kind of indicate what I'm looking at silently.
Mm-hmm. As you put her hand down into it, as she comes up next to you and you sort of put her hand into the depression, you both realize just how small your hands are next to this thing.
I mean, I have very tiny hands to begin with, to be honest, but I mean, that is still quite alarming. We both have tiny elf hands, aw.
Well, this is concerning. So, did these prints just randomly appear, or is there any indication of where did they come from behind us and we're just now noticing them, or?
As you're noticing, they do go back up the way you came from, a significant distance, but this is where you noticed them. And they appear to be walking away from you.
Okay. So I guess just continue onward. Little bit.
Are you going to continue following the tunnel? Because after about 15, 20 feet or so, you notice that they diverge and they go off down one of these side tunnels. But the stabilized keeps going forward.
Can we still smell any of that burning acrid smell? I want to like pull a Gandalf. Can I smell better air one way or the other?
It sounds like roll a perception.
Oh, because I've been rolling so good today. Oh, okay. That is a 19 plus 4 for a 23.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, there is definitely
Thank you,
a stronger
Atlas.
chemical smell coming off from the left, which would be the offshoot. The main tunnel keeping direct forward. Whatever dug this tunnel was on a very, very straight path, and the tunnel descends further as you keep moving away from the entrance.
Oh, this must be that second vase that we were told is not sick yet. Because I am assuming that by now it has probably been at least half an hour. I mean,
Well, we're already off the beaten path, right? Or is this?
No, we're
are we still?
still-
seeing-
We're still
we have like two paths right
Okay.
now. One is like, if I'm understanding correctly, is like the properly dug out and supported one that's been reinforced
right.
by the Boros. And now we've got smelly, like, I don't know, giant worm bat monster lion hole or whatever.
Love that. Is there any blood, or is it just the tracks?
Just
Because
the tracks.
before we just the tracks. Okay. Is there a way for me to signal them in the back, or was that only because she initiated it first, or can they still see us like stopping? Because
They're
in my
staying-
position, I would report back.
They're staying at the 60-foot mark behind you and marching along, and they can see you.
Okay. So I would probably signal them that I found something new. And so I guess wave back and point to the ground.
DM, I'm going to just roll an intelligence check to see if I figure out that she is telling me something or not, if that is okay.
Make it an insight check.
Insight, okay. Natural 20!
That'll do it. That'll do it, yeah. Not only is she pointing at tracks on the ground, you look down and you see them going past you, back where you
How
came
the
from.
hell
but
did
you're
I miss
so
these?
surprised you didn't see them before.
Ooh.
What the hell was I doing? How did I miss all of these? Okay, they are tracks. Understood. They are trying to tell us that, I think. Okay. I turn to Hollow and I go, I think they are trying to tell us there are tracks here. If you look down, look there, right there below us. Look at the tracks. That's crazy. How did you see these? I didn't see these. I can't believe. Okay. You know what? Just for safety's sake, maybe we move a little bit closer so we could try to talk to them. Maybe try and sneak over to them and have a conversation. Move very, very slowly. What do you think? You seem to be muted, so I cannot hear you.
Sorry. All right. If you think that's the best course of action, then yeah, that sounds good.
I mean,
I can also-
I'm willing to listen to you if you think differently, but that's what I
No.
think.
I mean, you know more.
So far, he's been following behind you, rather not stealthily.
You seem to know better than I. I'm not really used to exploring tunnels. So yeah, let's go. I can also always talk to them magically. That's
Oh, you can
silent.
do that. Oh, that is actually great. It's probably better than us moving up ahead. Yeah. Ask them what is going on.
It's like
Okay.
I see him start to take a step ahead. I'm just like,
So I'll message up to Spec again, be like, hi, is everything okay? What's going on?
yeah, everything's fine. I noticed these tracks, and I point to the ground again. Do they go back all the way to where you are?
Yes, yep. There are some here too. They're very big.
Should we continue? Any new
Fane,
reports?
Fane, should we keep going? They want to know if we should keep going.
Yes.
Ask them which way we should go.
Tell them to be careful, but to go in the direction of wherever these tracks are going, it's probably the best way to go.
So there's two
Yeah,
different
so-
paths. So go to the tracks or no tracks.
So I'll miss it. Fane says that yes, keep going. Go where the tracks are,
And be careful.
and be careful.
Got it. So just motioning to Suniva and reluctantly point to where the tracks are, then moving on ahead.
Okay, I will follow, and do my best to keep a sharp eye out. I'm ready to start messing things up if something like jumps out at us. Suneva's like really anxious because this is the first mission they've been on since the firm zone fell apart during the season finale. So
Okay, so as you make your way off the stabilized path, the tunnel begins to wind more and more. There's no stabilizations here along the edges, nothing holding the ceiling, and as you look up, roots kind of fall from, or they hang from the ceiling, but they don't seem that they're fresh, that they're new. Like they've been like this for a while. And you come further around a bend and out into a more open, wider area of the tunnel, though there are more obstructions. Some of them, there's like stalagmites coming up. It seems like a more of a calcified cavern at this point, though it's still clearly made out of compacted dirt. It's just may have been like this longer. As you're looking around, you're noticing that it doesn't seem it doesn't seem right because there's stone projections coming out of the walls. And as you come around one of the corners, you notice that the stone projection looks like mortared stonework, like the footings of a building, maybe, or and then you see another one where there's a caved-in wall, and that is where you begin to see this. Lindy, if we could go to the map, please.
oh no, what is it? It's loading.
It's totally fine.
We'll be fine. Don't about it.
Don't worry about it. We'll be fine.
I mean,
Says
look,
the guy in the
Dungeon Master
back.
Only have for visual reference, nothing else.
Okay, sure,
Yeah.
no problem.
I mean, it's not a tactical map unless it has a grid on it, right?
I mean, hold on. I've tricked players before. I know how you're doing right now.
Oh, it's not loading.
No,
Yeah, it's still loading. What's going on here?
It might be.
I see grids.
I see.
Because it's
Yeah,
open-
I see a grid.
Oh, wait, there we go.
There's a
Come
grid
on.
corner, you
I mean-
liar.
I see grids. I don't know what you're talking about. I see grids everywhere.
There's a grid all up in this business.
Somebody trying to trick us.
Oh no.
Your 9 intelligence is too great for that.
8 intelligence.
Oh, that's Suneva with a 9.
Yeah, Suneva is 9.
You
This
have
is the
you have bossy
Lucky
people.
Yeah,
Ooh,
good
that's all
company.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so as you are pulling through this area, there's some stalagmites and some calcified roots coming from the ceiling, and stone projections are making up portions of the wall. Some of them you can see corners, some of them are flat walls. Several of them have caved-in sides to them, and the acrid smell is a little stronger here.
I forgot that
For now, at least.
Malakar was here.
Oh, he is very quiet today.
He's a little under the weather.
I completely forgot until I saw him on the battle map.
Since this is a very new area, and you said it's a little bit wider than where we've previously traveled, right?
It is a little bit
Or is
wider.
it just-
The tunnel is maybe 10 feet wide. It's 15 to 20 here. it's more of a natural cavern, except that it's not. It's just a really old tunnel.
Okay. So since it's a very different, we're seeing these stone structures, and this is different than the previous. Should we actually go back and join the rest of our party, not motioning them forward, but go back to where we know it's safe? Just right at the opening where they are?
Oh, perhaps. Do we still see the prince? Are they still coming this way? Does the smell is still strong, though, yeah?
The tracks actually venture right up to the edge of the room.
Okay, that was the other way.
It's no, this way. It's this way. The tracks came this way. But at the edge of the calcified area, the tracks disappear.
Well, that doesn't seem right to me.
Nope.
Sunniva just turns around to the others and just...
So, why don't we go back and rejoin the party since we've lost the tracks? And so far, nothing has seemingly popped out at us, and I think numbers are good.
I was about to say, as we are looking around, Sunniva definitely remembers just being underground and seeing Crawl, like, jumping down from the ceiling. So now Sunniva is starting to look up. Like, specifically, I'm looking up.
No.
Perception.
All right.
Oof. Just an 11.
18 back. 11 for Sunniva. Hallow? Fane?
Or are we perceptioning?
Everybody.
Oh,
Got a
sorry.
13. Lucky 13.
15.
For Fane. So, Spec and Fane, both of you notice at the same time a slight light begins emerging from one of the doors off to the side. And then you hear a skitter from somewhere off in the darkness. And then you hear a faint rumbling from behind one of the walls. One of the earthen walls, I should say, not one of the stone walls.
This is
And then,
too much. Yeah,
and then from
I definitely think we should.
Between you, which is why I had you roll a perception before this, between you from out of the floor bursts this weird worm-like critter with 6 legs and wings that pop up as it emerges. It has a shrieking face. Let me go ahead and share a piece of art with everyone.
I already know I'm not going to like it, Corey.
Just as a saying, if I noticed it was coming up, I would definitely, at the very least, try to put myself between it and my party members that are with me. Just as a note, I don't know if I could. That's a note that what I would do.
Yeah, I'm going to share this thread and so everybody can see.
Oh, that is very fun
That's
to
good.
see.
No, thank you.
Great.
Fine.
Whatever.
I hope you kept.
Bugs.
Fane has
You
no
kept the
what to
receipt.
receive, but he is very happy about it. Definitely very happy about it.
So one of those comes bursting out of the floor. Another comes bursting out of the wall. Let's see, can you guys see them on the map?
Yes.
My
right
map
now,
is
the,
super.
I see two.
Yeah.
Two of them.
Use your scroll wheel to.
Ah ha ha! Brilliant. Thank you.
And you
Now I
can
can
use
see.
your scroll wheel to center click and drag around, or you can grab in the bottom right hand corner, there's a little gold plus, and you can use that to drag around.
Well, you know what? I knew that, and I forgot about it. Okay, that's great. I mean, I already saw them all, but it's still great.
And
I see them. Meh.
all right. So if everybody would please roll initiative for me.
First initiative of the season.
Yay!
Initiative!
Oof! Ouch.
Wow, that's
Excellent.
initiative for me.
Oh, God, Spec. Oh,
Oh.
You and me,
Wow.
Spec. Big
How is
fives.
the rogue so low?
The rogue and the monk rolled like really low.
Wow.
I'm caught
Ow.
very off guard.
Suneva's just embarrassed now.
there we go.
Especially
All
since
right.
the guy with the heavy armor is first to move in the party.
I
What is
know.
This is fine. Everything's
Yeah.
Way
fine.
above my pay grade.
Yep.
Yeah, actually, crap. Where you at?
You tell me I am really should be first to move.
As at the initiative starts, another one is going to.
No.
This
Oh, you
is fine.
shouldn't
Don't worry,
have.
we're fine. Don't worry
Over
about
here.
it.
And here we
Um,
didn't get you anything.
So close to me.
So rude.
Just get us into position here. As the first one pops out, it's going to use.
Wait, where is initiative?
Its frightening screech.
Hmm.
So it lets out this terrifying shriek that just it reverberates around the chamber, and you're not sure it's coming from just it because it comes crashing the sound waves back in upon itself. And I need a wisdom saving throw
From everyone?
of everybody.
Come on.
Wisdom save.
Oh.
So 13
Oh,
plus
wait,
3,
hold on.
16.
Yep, no, that's everybody. Okay. So that is Fane fails the saving throw
Yes, I do.
and is frightened.
Oh.
Why was I not a champion? I could get Indomitable and re-roll it.
Oh, you really hate to see that happen.
Oh, and Spec, don't forget you still have that points of DM inspiration that would let you roll with advantage, but you need to decide like before you find out if it succeeds or not.
Okay.
All right, so
That is a good point.
Just because I feel like it might come in handy.
Yeah.
Yep.
What makes you think
Oh.
that?
And next is going to be number 2, which is the one right out in front, who is also going to, in response, let out a frightening screech. Please roll a saving throw.
Fuck, I mean, still low.
Barely.
What is this? I've got an okay wisdom, but I'm whatever.
Is it everybody again, or just the...
It is everybody, yes.
Okay, just making sure. Oof, that's a 10.
Ugh.
So
I got a 12.
Geneva and Hallow are also frightened.
Hmm. I don't like that.
To be fair, I'm pretty sure I am also frightened from this creature as well. Double
Yes,
frightened.
yes. Yes.
Double frightened.
Who wants to go into the frightened effect? Anybody want to describe frightened? I can read it off here.
I mean,
I don't know if I know it enough to, like...
Yeah, I don't
you know.
know it off the top of my head.
I am
no,
perfectly I'm sorry. Go ahead, sir.
I can
I
probably
believe
find it.
any attacks
I mean,
made
I know
while the
what
creature
you're
is in your line of sight are at disadvantage, and you cannot willingly move closer to the creature if memory serves. But I'm not actually looking at it. I was just playing Strahd this weekend, so it came
You're-
up.
You're forgetting one important part. Ability checks are also made at a disadvantage.
Yes, and
Yes.
ability checks, not just attacks.
Disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls while the source of its fear is within line of sight, and the creature can't willingly move closer to the source of its fear.
Well, time
It
to
is
bust out the
wonderful.
spells that don't.
You can still run away, though.
Yes, running away is a great thing to do when you are the person who is supposed to stay and protect everyone.
We wouldn't
Sneeve
think
is giving
less of you.
therapy.
Okay, and because of initiative order, all right. This guy is going to move up and is going to make an attack against Fane. Do you want to reposition your character you were talking about?
Only in
Which
the
one?
sense of if I saw them coming out, I would move between them and my party to protect them.
So I'll just move you one space a little bit further to the southwest.
That's perfect.
Sort of offer some protection, though clearly there are creatures between you and the Spec and Saniva, so there's nothing you can get in between there.
Of course. I just
so-
meant the people with me.
The flying horror in front of you is going to lunge forward towards you with a slashing claws attack. You are not frightened of this one.
Oh, I'm not
Um,
frightened. Nice.
It'll be a 21 to hit.
That hits.
You take 22 points of
Great, thank you.
fine.
It's great damage. It's fine.
As it lunges in, it pulls its wings back at the last second and uses the weight of the carapace on its claws to just come in from two angles and just gash you right across your chest and upper shoulder, merely touching your neck in the process.
Ooh.
That was 1d6 plus 5 slashing plus 46 of psychic damage.
Ooh. Oh, yeah, I am not resistant to any of that, so that is great.
Okay,
Yikes.
so 22 points of damage.
Yeah, that is more than a third of my health.
And then it will be Fane's turn.
That's great. Though I do it at disadvantage, I will attack the one ahead in front of me.
Yes. Yep, you are in
We-
line of sight.
With my glaive. That is 14. It's not very high.
Let's see. Let me look at stat block here. Oh, that's the image. I don't need that. There we go. No, 14 will not hit.
As I bring my big glaive down on it, I am not terrified of it, but terrified of the one right over there, and kind of just seeing it, and I swing just wide and miss. But I do get another attack, and I will try again. Oh, whoops, that was supposed to be a disadvantage. I will roll one more time.
Oh.
Wait. Before you tell me if that hits or not, I will use my precision attack and add a superiority die to my hit,
Yeah.
which is 1d8. So that I get to attempt to roll, because I am a battle master. And as precision hit lets me, before I know if my roll hits or not, roll an extra superiority die, which in my current level is a d8, to see if I will hit with that addition. So I will roll it. Plus 6, 18 to hit.
Will hit.
Yay!
Yes. And I will roll my damage, which is a d10 plus 4, 13 damage as I bring my glaive down on this vile creature, cutting across its waist.
All right. As you come slashing in towards its thorax, you deal... Is that 13 points of slashing damage?
13 points of slashing damage, correct.
And that is the one that is directly on you, which is... Okay.
Yes.
Nice.
And then, while looking at it, I will look it into his eyes. And though I am not afraid of this one, I am still afraid. And I will bonus action, second wind. Gain some health.
Very nice, very nice.
And that is a d10 plus my level in fighter, which is 6, so total of 12.
12 will not hit.
No, that's I'm healing. Second wind.
Oh, I'm sorry, second wind. Yes.
Correct.
Okay, 12 points of health return to you. Well, 12
Yes.
wounds fall off.
Correct. And as I look at this creature, and I look at the one that is terrifying me, I stand my ground, even though I am afraid. I will not let an ally die in my presence. And I end my turn.
Okay. Next will be Saniva.
Okay, which one of these ugly guys am I afraid of? I only failed one of the saves.
The second one. It's the one just there to the front right of you, to the southeast of you.
Okay, number 2.
Yep.
Okay. Well, I don't want to just leave Spectessa to deal with this one. I'm going to throw one of my Radiant Sunbolts at the one that is attacking Fane. That'll be my first attack. Just because I saw it go up to him. I think that's actually a disadvantage because the other one is still in my line of sight, though, but I bet that was probably a miss anyway. Yeah, so the 10 to hit for the first one.
Will not hit.
Okay, so I'm going to do that as I run over to this one over here to try to keep it from getting between me and Spec. And I'm going to punch it with my fists, which are now magical.
All right.
I haven't taken my weapon out. I want to try to keep my radiant stuff handy. Sorry, I'm just trying to find where my thing is. My attacks are all moved around in Fantasy Grounds. All right, so an unarmed for my second attack is a 22 to hit, which I assume hits. So, all right, so that would be 8 bludgeoning, and then I'm actually going to burn a key point for Flurry of Blows to strike twice at the same one. 15 and... Oh, 2 15s to hit.
15 will not hit.
Worth a try.
I know. Okay.
Okay, well then that is my turn. I should have... I didn't think to do it though. Never mind. Next time.
Okay, and you dealt
8, I think it was. What did I say?
8 points of damage to... And wait, did you move up? Yeah,
I did.
There we go.
Yeah, so I'm right in that one's face. And my attacks are magical now, so if that matters. Because I was dealing like half damage to everything last season. Oh man, I'm very excited about Magic Fists, guys.
No kidding. That was terrible. Terrible. Okay, let me... Doing just a little bit of cleanup and management here. And perfect. And then it'll be Malakar's turn. Malakar, let's see, Malakar, what kind of actions you got available in your character sheet? Did you put them all in here?
He has said actually that he doesn't keep his stuff up in Fantasy Grounds except for like
It's all on TNT Beyond.
PhD stuff. Yeah, it's all in D&DB.
Which I don't have pulled up.
Yeah, we just get an emphatic nope from Nat in chat.
Hey, if I'm ever missing, all of it is good in both of them, so don't worry about it.
Oh, Mikhail.
I've got it here. It's okay, Malakar. Nat. But I'm going to burn your biggest spells on the most petty of things now.
He does
just
note
kidding.
that
Wait.
he can cast anything off the wizard list with his apparatus.
How can he cast anything? Does he have? Oh my god.
He's got the apparatus thingy for he is it.
Okay, he does have the apparatus. Okay.
He earned it. Let's see.
No, it's great.
Spells. Here we go. And looks like no spells beyond the first level prepared. Now, you're killing me here, man. You're killing me here. I'm breaking out the
Just
player's
cast
handbook to find what spell you're going to try and cast through the Mythium device.
Just cast Firebolt. It's fine.
He casts light. It's very bright now.
He casts message and talks to the creature. It's like, hey, why are you doing
Put it in
this?
chat, Matt. What would you cast?
Oh. Wait, what? I have a point? I think
He
he's saying I have a
casts
point.
Robert has a
Firebolt.
point.
Because Firebolt is Bay. 2d10
What level
damage?
spell is Robert has a point?
I was right. Firebolt.
That's fine.
Firebolt.
Yeah.
I'll
At our
stand
level,
by.
that is his intelligence modifier plus 3.
All right. Yep. Okay. We'll add 3 to this. Yes. So an 18 will hit, and it'll be a D10 of damage.
2d10, I think, by this level. Yeah, but level 5, Firebolt is
For the
2d10.
cantrip. Cantrip. Okay. That's
Yeah,
fine.
cantrips level. First level it's 1d10, 5th level it's 2d10, 11th level is 3d10, 17th level it's 4d10, I believe, if I'm remembering
All right.
correctly. So 2d10.
The one directly in front of you attacking, the one that he's afeared of, which I never rolled for him, I guess, but that's okay.
Oh. You could just re-roll that attack.
Well, I could go ahead and roll to see if he was afraid too. Times 2.
Well, yeah.
I just didn't, so it's okay. If they cast it again, I will remember. Okay, so that's going to be number 2. He's going to cast that for 8 points of damage. As twin firebolts come blasting one out of each hand and go flying directly into the center of this thing's face. One hits in the face, one hits in the thorax, and blasts it for 8 points of burning damage. Next.
Still good.
What the heck? All right, and then it will be. So the light off to the tunnel to the right here, just to the east of you, steps in, and you realize that it's not so much a light as a glow from a wand. Steps into the room.
Uh-oh.
And you see this individual pop in.
Kitty.
Where is this? Where's this individual?
So this large feline individual wearing sort of tribal paint tattooed all over him.
Oh no! This is what I freaking come back to.
No. What is no?
That's what you get for leaving.
I know I'll never pee again. Holy crap! Walk away, and Corey's fucking dropping the
I know the CR and difficulty of the standard version of this, and
you know what the Monster Manual CR13 Rakshasa is.
I'm
but
just
we're
in
in
the
Ravnica.
standard version. Yeah.
We're in Ravnica. So in Ravnica, this is a Rakshasa Vizier, but I didn't use a standard stat block.
I mean
Maybe
the
I
word
did.
vizier does not make me feel any better.
Oh.
I don't think it's
Well,
meant to.
I mean, as he steps out of the shadow and lets this sort of purring growl, and you see the glint of laughter in its eyes as it points the wand at the flying horror. Who disappears. Well, he doesn't disappear.
Wait.
You let out a terrible shriek. The token disappears because I've got to replace it.
Oh,
No.
that's not good.
No.
I was right. It wasn't good.
Excuse
As
me.
it grows and twists into something horrific.
Like
The
it wasn't
wand
horrific
of
before.
becomes something terrible. Although, Hallow, you rolled very well in the last session for recognizing that this thing did not come from this plane, but you do recognize it now. That this is the thing that made those gruesome wounds on the soldiers above. What the heck? Don't move. That's not what's supposed to happen. I'm trying to put it in the tracker.
Leaving!
He
Yay!
walked away.
You just nopes
Wait, he
out.
was next to me. I take opportunity attack.
Okay, I think I need to change the way I'm doing that. I need to drag it onto the tracker. No, I need to drag that onto the tracker. There we go. And
I'm stress eating Lay's potato chips.
Not sponsored.
Oh, I mean, off-brand, unnamed potato chips.
there we go. And he enlarges. Into
Great.
so,
Great.
significantly larger beastie than was there before.
I was thinking it was a little small, so thanks.
You're welcome. I was thinking of you when I thought of these.
You shouldn't
Because
have,
you came
really.
up with- you rolled really well on your investigation that this didn't come from this plane, so I had to really dig, really. And this is what I found on a Magic the Gathering card. So,
I regret
the
everything.
for anybody out there who is familiar with the card, it comes from the Abomination of Gazul, I want to say it was. Gazud? I don't remember.
Oh, I have this card somewhere. I just
Yeah.
realized. I didn't even realize it until you said that.
Uh-huh. So, that is what the Rakshasa is going to do. And then he's going to step back out into
Great. Thanks.
the next room with a sort of tittering hiss. Like, you know, like you remember Inspector Gadget. The bad guy in Inspector Gadget. You guys, come on.
Claw?
Come
Yes.
on, retro
Yes.
cartoon.
I loved
Dr. Claw!
Inspector Gadget. That was my
No.
I
jam.
got your back, Corey.
Wait.
I got you.
Do-do-do-do-do.
That was my jam.
Heck yeah.
Penny, best character.
Penny was the best.
The only
She
competent character.
Yeah, the only competent character, correct.
The dog was
Okay.
great.
I was gonna say Penny and the dog.
You know what? Yeah, the dog was better than the inspector.
And then with that, it will be Spec's turn.
Ooh, I'm excited.
Who everyone is
Okay.
surprised is still here.
Yes. So,
We got a new.
so I guess I follow up behind Suniva and attack the one that they're attacking. With dual short swords. So that would be 1d6 plus dex, and then an additional 1d6, correct?
You gotta roll an attack first.
Oh, which one?
You have to roll your
That'd be,
attack
20?
first. You get damage. Yeah. Yep. D20 plus your proficiency plus your dexterity modifier.
If you have
Hello,
the weapon
Mike.
in Fantasy Grounds, you can just click on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like there should be a little die next to it in your attack area if we built
Yeah.
your character.
Oh, okay.
Like in the middle
Go
column.
to- Yeah.
That's the attack
go to your-
one in the middle column.
There's a tab that says actions. Oh,
That's
This
correct.
is my hand gesture.
I don't think it is correct because she's got to have more dex than that. That should be like a +7 to the dex.
It may not be marked as proficiency or something.
Yeah, my dex is
Um,
+7.
Oh, it's because.
Yeah, I tried to
Just
edit
as
it
a-
and it rolled.
The proficiency bonus must be off or something. That's all I can
roll
think
on
of.
the actions tab.
I see. Yeah, from the actions tab, you got short sword, and it's only giving you a +4. So you have.
It may just not be marked as proficient. Make sure it's
Yeah,
got
it's
the little
probably not.
star highlighted.
Yeah, it has
the
a star
star-
highlighted.
Oh, that's weird.
Short swords are
That's
there.
really weird.
So your proficiency bonus is
Is
3, and your dex is +4, and you are in fact
Yes,
even
it's
marked as
7.
proficient, but it's only
is
giving you
really-
a +1 for your short sword.
What?
Equation
Yeah.
gift.
I'm gonna ask the
Technology.
critical question. I don't know if it matters, but is the sword equipped? I don't know if that matters. What I'm just asking.
I don't think it does in Fantasy Ground.
Uh,
I don't know. I know it does in D&D Beyond, like it won't even show up as an action.
yeah.
That's very strange. I mean, at least we know the numbers to work with. So anytime you roll to make an attack with your short swords, you're going to add your proficiency bonus, which is +3,
Mhm.
and then
Yeah.
also add your dex modifier, which is +4.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
And then
gonna
that's
ask
the
the
number
question.
to make your hit.
In the weapon, under stat, does it say base or does it say something else?
Yeah, that's a good question. Oh, it might be using the
For some
strength
reason-
score.
Yeah,
Because
it's
sword
three now.
swords are finesse.
Strength.
So it's probably defaulted to strength rather than dex for a finesse use. That's
Right.
got to be what it is.
Mhm.
I had to do the same thing with all of my stuff as a monk.
That's what I'm.
I forgot about
assuming,
that. Yeah, what's your strength? Is your strength like +1?
Yeah,
Yeah.
+1.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
so
it.
That's probably what it is.
Mhm.
Needs to be changed to dex.
Rob figured it out.
Yay, learn to play
But my
D&D.
character might have an 8 intelligence, but I got a 20.
Okay. That does give you an additional 3 to it. It's still only a 10 on your first attack,
still miss.
which is not enough. So go ahead and roll for your second attack.
You can do it. I believe in you.
No.
You did not do it.
Which is 11.
We still believe in you.
We
Thank
still
you.
believe in you, but you did not do it.
And I assume you are attacking the one that Suniva is attacking, correct?
Yes.
Perfect. All right. And so
Um,
the
yeah,
11 does not hit.
Yep. Okay.
Tim, I just want to ask this question. Do you play off of flanking rules or no?
Yes. Yes, I used to be a hard no on that because they put in pack tactics, and then after looking at a little more balancing and play testing, no. Flanking and pack tactics are not equal, especially when you're talking about advantage for sneak attack.
So you're saying you do allow flanking? I'm just
I would,
making sure.
That would
Okay.
so that would actually give you advantage on those. So we'll say that will for the first two, because Suniva is threatening it, you would have advantage on the attack.
So the first one, if you are allowing flanking for this, would be a miss.
Yep, and you'd have to roll 2 more.
Yeah.
So I rolled 2 of the same of what I just did.
Click the
So,
ADV in the bottom left-hand corner and then roll another +7 attack.
Yeah. So as long as you have the ADV clicked, it will roll at advantage.
Mhm.
You didn't do it, but I think I will hit anyway.
That would
You can
definitely
roll
hit.
again and see if you roll again and see if
try
you
ro-
crit.
Yeah, exactly. Try rolling again to see if you get a natural 20. You did not. You got the exact same roll, but it's fine.
23 will definitely hit, though. So go ahead and roll with your sneak attack damage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
for those not sure, flanking rule, I'll say this in normal voice. Flanking rules means if you have 2 allies on opposite sides of a enemy, then they would get advantage on the attack because they are basically causing a distraction for the enemy during the attack. So it's basically you are completely on opposite ends, and it gives you advantage. That's what flanking rules are. But they are not standard. What's the word I'm looking for? They are optional.
Optional rules. It's one that I think we definitely need to play with. Yeah, after just reading a few opinions out there, in fact, I'll give full credit where credit is due. The Angry DM 100% turned around my opinion on that. If you've read any of Mike's articles, they are pretty darn stellar. Okay, so all right, so Spec, that will go ahead and roll some damage for me. So I believe that will be
Okay, so that would be 2 D6s, and only one gets the.
Yeah, so your offhand does not get your modifier, so it's just a straight
Correct.
roll.
And then
Okay.
however many d6 you get for sneak attack.
Oh yeah, you
Which
get sneak attack. Yeah,
So it's the
I get an
1d6 for the
extra
sword
1d6.
damage. Yeah,
It should
it's
be
1d6 for the
1d6.
sword damage, and then because you're an awesome rogue, you get sneak attack damage, pretty much.
yeah, you get 3d6
So
for your
that's
sneak
4
attack.
D6s, right?
Yeah.
Total,
Yeah.
yes.
never remember the progression on that.
It's
Okay,
it's
so
every
round-
odd
messing
level.
up.
So level 1 it's 1d6, level 3 it's 2d6, level 5 it's 3d6, etc., etc., etc. It's odd levels.
Okay.
Same thing with spell levels. The only difference is rogues at level 20 get 10d6, whereas there's no such thing as a 10th level spell.
Or that last one.
So that will be
That's an accident.
13 points of damage, right? Let's see.
Nice.
Heck yeah.
One,
Rogues!
Heck yeah.
no,
Wait, do I add my dex too?
Plus the 1d6 for the weapon. No, you don't add your dex bonus.
Yeah,
Um,
no dex.
Because this is your offhand. You missed on your primary. So that'll be 14 points of damage to this, which is...
Also, I'm just going to note, Spec, if you check the Discord, I have posted an image of what to click next time for your advantage.
Awesome. Thank you.
Nice.
No problem.
As you slash out with your second backhand, it's sort of like jumped backwards, buffeting its wings towards you on the first swing, but you catch it with the deft backhand on your your offhand attack and slash upwards, taking nearly off entirely one of its wings. It flaps around somewhat uselessly and crashes to the ground standing on its legs, losing its flying ability.
Nice.
All right. And next, we will come to Hallow.
Okay. Let me see. So my map disappeared in Fantasy Grounds, but I can see it
Yes.
on this page.
If you click on Maps and Images,
Mhm.
it is called SVCR Abandoned Settlement.
SVCR. Haha. Oh, excellent. Okay. So I am. Let me fix this. Sorry. I am going to take a look at the one that is threatening Fane, and I will need it to make a wisdom saving throw. Please.
Wisdom saving throw for the one that's threatening Fane.
Yes.
There you are. And wisdom save is going to be a 9. So that's going to be a fail.
Yes. So I am casting Toll the Dead, and because it is already it's already damaged. Instead of taking 2d8 damage, it's going to take 2d12 damage.
Oh no.
Yeah. So
Oh,
let's see what
does it get more dice because we're above level 5 now? Do you get more for a
Yeah,
cantrip?
so
or
it's
is that
2.
reflected already?
So it's
Oh,
2.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Level 5
Oh,
gets
it's the
2,
dice
level
that
7 gets
changes.
3, and level
Yeah.
17 gets 4.
So that's going to
So-
be 14 necrotic damage.
You reach out with your hand as you're holding your stave spear in one hand. You reach out, grasping with your left hand, and you just pull this like spiritual essence out of this thing, and it just pours even more so bloodily through the wounds that has been inflicted upon this thing already. And you see this sort of gout splash of blood towards Fane as it sort of crumples inwards. You see portions of its carapace begin to cave inwards, and it falters in its flight for a moment and falls to the ground and lands on its feet, still very much able-bodied, but clearly hurt.
And then Fane, how's Fane looking? Still pretty injured?
I'm okay.
You're okay? Okay.
I took a second
Then I
one. I'm
will-
okay.
Okay. Then I am good.
He's holding in his intestines with his offhand, but
Yeah.
Save the
Boros.
band-aid!
Fix it up
Zaboros will never
later.
admit their injuries.
Exactly. It comes from their training. They're brainwashed
but-
to never retreat.
Exactly. So thanks to my second wind, I only have 10 wounds instead of 22, so I'm okay.
Okay. Then that'll be it for me.
All right, very nice. That'll bring us back to the top of the round. And okay, very nice. And it is going to have no choice but to make another attack against Suniva, who punched it first. And it happens to be facing in that direction, not even quite realizing that this other beastie has come up, or this other player has come up behind her and started slashing away. Wings kind of blocked the vision. But, okay, is going to make an attack. How do we do this? There we go. Declare target of Suniva and then roll. I need an attack. 13 to hit Suniva is a miss.
Miss.
And it does not have any secondary multi-attack or anything like that, so that's going to be it for its turn. However, at this point, another one comes out of the wall.
Oh.
What the hell is
Blast
going
into
on
the
here? Where are
room.
they all coming from?
And it's going to screech.
Oh man.
Anything goes.
No.
Oh my god, I cannot do anything good? What is this? I am afraid of everything.
Oh, I
Yeah.
am also.
Five.
I have the scareds.
And I will roll for Malakar as well to see just how frightened he is.
Everyone is afraid.
Where you at, Malakar? All right. So that will be a 12 for Malakar as well. So, Spec, do you have a wisdom modifier or is it just a 10? I think it's just a 10.
Yeah, I think it's just a 10. I don't have a modifier for that one.
Okay, so everyone is afraid of this one.
I'm spooked.
Ouch.
Oh, even Malakar. Oof.
Yup.
Oh yeah, 12. Yeah. That's not
Mhm.
good.
All
He bravely
right.
ran away.
Hashtag too spoopy.
Let me just make sure it is targeting. It has a 30-foot range on this, actually. So, actually, sorry, my bad. That means that
Hollow
It
is
looks
fine,
like-
right? Even Malakar. Probably.
what's that? I don't know. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
You can be fine.
Yep, Malakar is going to be fine. And also, that means Hallow.
I'm just going to ask because it looks to me like I'm 40 feet away. Am I fine too? I'm not sure. It just looks to me like that.
Nope, you're right. You are actually 35 feet away from it, but not 40.
Oh,
So you're fine as
Wonderful.
well. Remove that off of you.
funds are full. I mean, I'm still afraid of this one, but you know.
Come on. All right. Where are you at? Sometimes the technology is amazing. Sometimes it makes things a little bit challenging. There we go.
Yeah, sometimes it takes time. We can.
All right.
I think everyone is okay.
Okay, good enough. All right. Not going to dig any further into that one. Next is going to be Flying Horror that is attacking Fane. Is going to use an attack.
Hello, my name is Fen Unthorn. Please do not hurt me.
12 to hit probably isn't going to do it.
That does not hit. My AC is 19.
Does not hit. So the Abomination Horror that does come out is going to use yeah. Fantastic.
This silent
It's going to
ability is
use shadow Stealth.
terrible. Ooh.
Don't like. Do not like.
It's going to, well, Well, it's called Shadow Stride, actually. My bad. I linked the wrong one. It's going to step into your shadow.
Whose
And it's
shadow?
going to appear. It's going to step into Fane's shadow and appear out of Suniva's shadow.
Oh,
That's
scheiße.
just rude! What are you... Screw you! Pretty sure
And is going to use Lashing Shadows. No, it's not. It's not going to use that. That doesn't sound fun. It's going to use multi-attack against Spec.
Oh,
Yikes. It's okay, I have all of these healing potions, it will be fine.
Oh,
let's
no.
see. Attack. All right, it gets 1 bite against Spec and a 23,
oh.
which is 13 points of damage, followed by a claw for
Oh.
10 points of damage, and I need to save versus Wisdom 16. The game says you succeed, and then
Yay.
it's going to make an attack, which also hit. Is your character wearing armor class? Please tell me it's like auto-calculating this, and your character is actually set up equipped with armor.
I mean, you're rolling over 23 on every attack. I think it's gonna hit her no matter what as a rogue.
Yeah, I'm saying like 14 armor class in that
Yeah,
category.
Wait, no,
If you had armor equipped, it would be more. Leather
That's pretty
armor would be
squishy.
11 plus specs.
Yeah, I'm wearing like
should be
leather
like-
armor and then the cloak of elven kind, but that's just
It's not equipped.
yeah.
Leather armor should be 11
flipping
plus
that
dex.
way right now.
15.
also a Ring of Protection.
Oh, you should have Ring of Protection. Yeah. So
Yeah.
that'd be 16. 16
Uh,
Even
AC.
beefed up.
You need to get studded leather for another AC.
Yeah, which is what I'm going to drop onto your character right now because
Yeah, studded is 12 plus dex.
Yeah, 12 plus dex, which is 16 plus the thing. 17 should be your AC if you have studded plus the Ring of Protection.
Okay. Do I need to
These
change
survey,
that?
all of these attacks hit. All of them. Every single one.
Yeah, even with that, they still hit. But it's good to know so that in the future,
Yeah, very
we're
good
not
to
like,
know. Very good to know.
like, dang, no wonder you were so squishy.
Oof.
okay, there we go. That gives you a little bit better AC.
Yeah.
Okay.
I also put on there for your character knowledge that is of psychic resistance to bring you up to speed with party magic item levels. All right, and then roll the damage on the last one. Let's see. So Spec goes down.
Oh.
Ow.
In one
I
multi-attack.
can fix you. I can fix you.
Like a nap.
He's not good.
Sometimes
can fix
it's, that was ridiculously against the expectation to roll 3 attacks in excess of 20 on that. All right. Well, don't worry. I don't think it's going to be a TPK. We got heals for days.
I mean, it's only a plus
1
7.
out of
That's not
5
bad.
died. That's in the first 4 hours. That's still not 80% mortality rate.
Yeah. Should be fine. We got
Nope. Fane, that will be your go.
Well, I am still afraid of the one that ran away from me, correct? Do I roll a wisdom save at the end of my turn? Like, I'm wondering.
The one that you can roll it right now. Actually, it doesn't end your turn. It's a new wisdom save. You can make
okay.
a
When
D&D. You make it at the end of your
turn?
turn, but it doesn't end
Okay.
your turn. It doesn't take an action.
No, I'm just asking because I didn't make one at the end of last turn. So
Go ahead and roll
wisdom
it now.
save. Yeah. I still
That will
failed.
not-
8. That is not a success. So, since I cannot move closer to help out my ally who is down, I will just attack someone that is in front of me.
Okay.
So, that is... Do I see an enemy that I am afraid of right now?
Yes, the one. No, wait.
Okay.
You saved against the one. No, the one that's directly in
No,
front
I
of you
failed
has
against
no
everything.
ability. Yes, but they're all both down around the corner.
Okay, so I just get straight roll. Correct?
Yes, not within
Okay.
line of sight because the other one moved
Perfect.
away.
So that is... Well, I don't think that hits. That's a 12.
That will not hit.
All right, and since I have extra attack as a level 5 fighter or higher, I will take another attack. It is an
That
18.
will hit.
All right, as I
Very nice.
bring my glaive high, I strike down across its abdomen and deal 7 points of slashing damage.
All right, and that is. Where is it? There it is. Okay. 7 points of slashing damage. Okay.
Correct.
And you just sort of lop off the other tip of its wing, and it's sort of laying there before you, bleeding profusely from multiple wounds and lacerations across its body. But it is still mobile.
Okay. Because I am afraid, I will not use my action surge, so I will end my turn standing between it and an ally.
Heroic. Suniva.
Okay, well, thank you for those bits in Azul.
Thanks.
That was very generous. Dankeschön. Let's see. Okay. So real quick, Nat also gave me a few instructions for his next turn, just so you know, Corey. He's bouncing, but he said that he will leave Malakar in our capable hands.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, so he was like, he said he entrusted Malakar to me to help, so I'll do what I can once I see his spells, I guess. He says he's updated in D&D Beyond. now.
Excellent. I'll refresh the page.
All right, and now Suniva, in the meantime, is just to double check. It is an action to feed somebody else, like an ally, a potion, correct? Like if I
It
wanted
is.
to. Okay. Well, before I get to that point, this turn at least, I am going to. I haven't done this yet. So first, I'm going to make just 2 fist attacks against the Abomination Horror. But then I'm going to do a bonus action thing, and I'm going to have to move. But first, unarmed attacks. Oh, why did it roll? Oh, am I afraid of this thing? Oh, okay. I thought it was a different
Yeah.
creature. Okay, whatever. So it's still 17 to hit, so I don't know if that's going to work.
Just follow the thing in your line of sight. It doesn't have to be the one you're attacking.
Yeah, but the other one I'm not afraid of. Flying Horror 1, I am not afraid of, but I guess Abomination Horror, it must have
Yeah.
been the one that I found earlier then.
You
Okay.
only have to see it for it to cause you disadvantage. You don't
Right.
have to-
Oh, that I know. I just didn't realize that that was a creature I had a fear effect with. Because
I
before it was a
understand, yes.
different creature.
Yes.
Okay, so I don't know if that one was a hit, the 17. That was probably a miss, right?
17 will hit.
Oh, well, cool. All right, so then damage. Oh, that's just a 5.
Oh.
Womp. Second attack, though. Let's see. No good. Automatic
Oh,
miss.
natural one.
But my turn's not done yet.
Bring it
Do I need to
flapping around, you punch it right in the wing flap as it's you can go right through it and nearly catch Spectissa in the face. Except she's laying on the
Yeah.
ground.
Not the wing flap.
Okay, well, I am going to move. Now, I haven't done this in Fantasy Grand, so I don't really know how to do this yet, or like how it's going to lay out, but I want to move in a way so that I don't need to worry about hitting Spectis's unconscious body with a 15-foot cone effect. Because then I'm going to burn 2 key points, and I'm going to Searing Arc Strike these suckers, which means I get to cast Burning Hands as a bonus action.
You're going to need to take a step just northwest, and you're going to take an opportunity attack from the horror.
That's fine. I'll take the risk.
Okay.
I just want to make sure I'm not about to fry an unconscious party member.
Yeah, that'd be pretty important, considering that would be a death save. All right. And so it's just going to make 1 bite attack against you. And a 15 to hit.
That'll miss.
All right. Miss.
Yeah,
It's
I zip on by with
snapped
my little Ioun stone whirling around me.
Heck yeah.
Okay, and then you are going to cast it in a southeasterly direction based from the corner of your character, which will hit
that's
both of them.
They have to make a. They will both need to make a Dex saving throw, DC 14, and they still take damage even if they miss. Or I mean, succeed.
All right. Whoops, I double-clicked that. 21 would be the first one on that. And then
Yeah, that'll succeed.
the Abomination Horror will make a save at 21 as well.
Okay, so they'll both save, but they'll still take 7 fire damage each.
All right.
And
Freely burning away and cauterizing the wound.
all right, so that's all my actions, but I am just going to use the remainder of my movement to like stick myself. Am I able to stick myself between Spec and these guys? Like, does that work or no? I don't have the room, I guess. I just want to try to like put myself between them and her. Okay. Well then, actually, I don't think I can move closer anyway, even if I wanted to. So I forgot I was afraid of that thing anyway. Then this will be my turn for now. Yeah.
Okay. And next is going to be Malakar. And what did he want to do?
He wants to toll the dead on whichever injured creature is closest to him, if that makes sense, was my last direction.
It does. In fact, there's one that is right in front of him that has been wounded already. Oops.
DM, I just want to let you know, I forgot to roll it. My wisdom save was a 13 to lose my fear. I don't think I do, but just letting you know.
13 will succeed.
Yes!
Do spells. Toll the Dead does not exist in here. What book did it come from?
Toll the Dead is a wisdom save.
I believe it's Xanathar's.
Yes.
It's in Xanathar's, yes.
Xanathar.
And it is a wisdom.
It is wisdom save based on spell save DC. Does 2d12 damage if they fail, 0 damage if they do not.
Perfect. There we go. And
And it's everybody's favorite necrotic damage.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's wonderful. My paladin has it because it is so good.
Such a good cantrip.
all right. It
It's
fails its save.
Does it? Oh wow!
Heck yeah.
And
Wait,
it takes 1 point of damage.
Well, it's 2d10, so it would be
2d12.
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 Oh, that's true. Yeah, it was her.
2d12.
Yeah, you
Yep.
did d8 also, but it's 2d12, yeah.
And boom! Exceeded it by a significant amount anyways, because it's going to die, and it was
Nice.
close to done.
Wonderful.
Yay.
Wunderbar.
Das ist gut.
That one is
Das ist sehr gut.
down. Perfect. And okay. I'll go ahead and hide him because he's dead.
Oh, thank God I succeeded on my save.
Right? Oh man.
Well, you were afraid of the other one too.
Oh, do I need to make another save for that one?
Same save.
Yeah, let's
Right.
just do it real quick. I forgot about it. I probably failed with a 10. I still cannot move closer.
From out of a building on the other side,
No.
Oh no.
comes a familiar face. Just long enough to poke his wand at this individual here, who I will remove from the field. And going to polymorph that guy, upgrading him, is then going to step back through the wall.
What a jerk.
I don't like this guy.
Yeah, somebody get like a spray bottle. Can't take that.
Bad kitty.
Get out of here.
Back.
Yes, that will go great.
Nat 20s on her death save. Give her
Yeah! Woo, woo, woo! Yeah!
Nice.
I live.
One health.
That's right. Love it.
Perfection.
There we go. Welcome
As you
back.
start- as you come to, you realize you just blacked out. That thing hit you over and over again. It came out of, you think it stepped out of Suneva's shadow, and it just tried to maul you. And then suddenly everything went black. But that will be your turn. As your death saving throws come at the end of your turn. Hallow, all the way at the other end of the battlefield, is where our healing is at. But luckily, there are not as many enemies in between. Hallow, what will you do?
I would like to move. I don't. Will it automatically tell me where my grid lines are? Yeah, they're there.
I will auto snap to them.
Yes. I'd like to move as close as I want to try to get within 60 feet of Spec so I can give her some healing, if I can.
Yeah, you can reach that. You'll be dangerously close to the
Yeah.
the heck? This guy. You'll be dangerously close to this guy.
Ooh. Okay, perhaps. All right. I think instead.
Abomination horror. That's the thing.
Yeah, and I'm very, very squishy. So I think I am going to move a little closer, like maybe to like between Malachar and Thane.
Yeah, you can probably have line of sight and be within 60. Here, maybe even here.
Okay.
Maybe there. Say that.
All right. I'm gonna regret this, but here we go. I will cast. Let's see. I'm gonna cast Witch Bolt on the Abomination Horror that's in front of me. So
Okay.
we'll see how that goes. 13, and then I have a +7, so it's a 20 to hit.
That will hit.
Okie dokie. So that's 3d12 lightning damage.
Nice.
Where are my d12s? Oh, over here.
As Hallow reaches forward, her staff spear begins to glow a bright bluish white, and out of it arc 3 bolts of lightning that slam loudly into the Abomination Horror, dealing
So that's
13 points of damage.
And then it still like swirls around its body because it'll stay active as long as I don't do any other attacks. And as my bonus action, I will, let me see how many I can do. I will use my healing light on Spec, and I will heal her for 3d6 damage as my bonus action. So let me get some of those. Heck
Nice.
yes. That's not as good. Oh.
Oh.
So
Nine.
9 for you, Spec. 9 for you, Spec.
Thank you.
Help get you back up on your feet.
Feel a little bit
And
better.
and that will be it for me. Praise Matt
Excellent.
Celestia.
Praise Matt Celestia.
I
Oh,
don't
yeah.
praise Matt Celestia, but sure.
Well, maybe you should.
Yeah.
That Celestia thanks you for your patronage.
Matt Celestia will remember this.
Hashtag definitely a cleric.
You hear a whisper in your ear. Yes, praise be Matt Celestia.
Yay!
All right. Okay. And Flying Horror number 1 is going to make an attack on Suniva in its slightly encrispened state. This might be a Kentucky Fried Flying Horror after what Suniva has done to it.
Yeah.
It's going to attempt another attack. Oh, an 11 is not going to do it. So
9.
No damage there. All right.
I just dodge out of the way.
Like you do. However, the Abomination Horror is going to step into the shadow of Spec.
Oh.
It is going to appear right next to a certain cleric.
That is rude. Why are you not closer to me?
So rude.
I just remembered I
Alright.
left my
It
car
is actually
running.
within my attack range. Never mind. You are perfectly fine where you are.
I gotta go feed the meter. I'll be back.
It actually steps out of your shadow behind you, Hallow. So I guess it would be more like this.
Ruh-roh.
No, it wouldn't. It would actually be more like this because it's the shadow is coming from Malachar.
Well, you know what? You are no longer in my sentinel attack, and this is very upsetting to me.
So sorry. I'm
It's
so
upsetting
sorry.
to
I'm trying to
you.
figure out where the shadows are coming
Whoa.
from. So
Yes,
it's
Vic,
going
I'm sorry
to,
it's so upsetting to you.
It is very upsetting to me. I cannot handle this.
It's going to use its ability, Lashing Shadows, which I will
Cool.
drop into.
I'm super
and I will read
excited.
off. Each creature within 60 feet of the horror, except other horrors, must succeed in a DC 16 Dexterity saving throw or take 27 necrotic damage.
Oh, this
Scheisse.
is... Okay, well, that's a natural 1 from me, so I'm pretty sure it takes full damage.
What save was it? I'm sorry.
Dexterity.
Dex.
Oh God.
As your shadows each lash out at you. Hallow
18?
dives to the side, yes, and gets out of the way, just out of the way, as the shadow slashes where she was standing. I need also from Suniva. And let's see.
Well, it's a
I'd like to
finally
go on
rolled a
record.
decent dex something.
I'd like to go on record and say I don't care for these. Not a fan.
Do I need to do it as well?
Malachar. Dexterity save.
Oh, that is not good.
Spec fails.
Everyone's cursed today.
These are not good for us.
Malachar.
Don't know.
How much damage was that?
A lot.
That
was like 20 something.
27 dexterity.
Am I down again?
27 damage, okay.
Spec, you are down. You were actually only at 10 hit points, so.
No.
No, Spec, I'm sorry. You're actually outside of 60 feet. No,
Is she?
Spec, you didn't even need to save.
Cool.
All right.
Whew.
Uh,
Was my plan all along.
She was always planning to be outside of 60 feet.
Suniva succeeds, and Hallow succeeds, and Fane, you already took away your points?
Yes, I already took it away.
Okay.
I am in pain right now.
Just a little.
I am very badly injured.
I can fix you.
It's as
Kind
if
of.
the shadows from another dimension reached out and tried to take you apart. And why did that not mark it as used? Whatever. Okay. And now it will be the other one's turn, and it is going to attack. It's going to step out of Fane's shadow and is going to make a multi-attack against Fane.
Well, that is just rude. I don't know why they would do this, but yeah, I mean, I am very, very hurt by the fact that they are doing this.
You are very, very hurt.
And you're also
That's
That is
very,
actually
very
also
hurt
very true.
in general.
Okay, I will note the natural 20 does not hurt me any extra. As I am immune to criticals.
Oh, see, this is why it's best to attack you. That
Fancy.
would be so bad.
It still hurts.
You're so fancy.
So it's going to try and deal double damage to you, so I'm going to remove the target when I roll this. And it will not deal the critical, that's just standard damage, so 19 points of damage against you.
That's the total normal damage?
Yes.
I am down.
Oh my god!
I am
The
unconscious.
fighter is down. The fighter is down. Okay.
The best part is it was my turn next, I think.
This is fine.
Okay.
I had plans. They are all out of the window.
And that's a dying one.
I see that.
Okay. It's okay, Fane. We hadn't gotten a chance to get attached yet. If this is the end of the road for Fane, we have someone to avenge.
I am rolling a paladin next.
It's okay. I will write in new NPCs for your character. Oh, that totally had nothing to do with the main plot line for the season 2. Someone save Fane, please. Someone save the DM from more rewriting.
I'm going to try if I can get away from this thing without an opportunity attack. Or without dying from an opportunity attack.
Okay. So handing an ally an item, is that a bonus action or would that be my main action?
Object
If she's
interaction.
conscious.
It's part of your movement.
Okay, cool. In that case, then I'm just going to sort of circle around this bug guy, and just like fancy, like just for flavor, like just move around it so that I pass by Spectissa, and I'm gonna yank one of my healing potions off my belt and like jam it like into her hands, and then I'm gonna wail on this bug. So, but I'm gonna like move around so that I'm like back on this side of it, and I can see the rest of the room because I do not like being in that corner. Putting Suniva in a corner. So all right, so I'm going to 2 unarmed attacks. This horror. Why does it keep rolling like that? Oh, because I'm still afraid of this one, or because I'm not looking at the others that are behind me, so they're not actually in my line of sight.
There'll be a couple attempts to resist the fear because you haven't been rolling at the end of your.
I haven't.
So just roll me a few wisdom saves.
Okay. Oh shit, where'd my sheet go? Wisdom saves. Okay, here's 1. 2.
Negatory. 1 more.
And 1 more. Huh?
That'll succeed. At the end of your last turn. So, as we're only in the
After
third
this
round.
turn.
Yeah. So after this turn, you will no longer be afraid. A 14 against the flying horror does not hit.
Okay, well that was my first attack, so I'll make my second unarmed. Oh, so sad.
14 does not hit, unfortunately.
The higher one was a nat 20. I saw it. Fuck it, key point, flurry of blows. 2 more.
Yay!
Alright, a 22 for the first one, and a
That'll
17.
hit. Both will hit.
Hell yeah! Get
Alright,
it?
that's a 9 and a 7 plus 7.
So, are you able to declare different targets with flurry of blows?
I
Yes.
think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I can.
Yes, you can. Yeah.
Because the first one actually kills this.
Yes.
Wait. Yeah. The first one kills it. It goes down. You have 40 feet of movement before you land.
45.
45.
I have 45 at this level. It's plus 15 at 6. Yeah. So Suniva
they're
takes
so
off like a
fast.
little green blur over to this one to help.
All
Oh,
right.
actually, I can't, can I? Am I afraid? I'm afraid of that one. I don't think I can, because I don't succeed my wisdom save until after.
Oh, no. So you land a crescent kick as you come to a falling crescent blow onto its already dead form as it lays on the ground, and you just thoroughly make sure that it will never rise again.
Yeah, I'm super
polarizing it.
angry. I just kind of rampage into it for like an extra hit, for good measure.
Just in case.
Well, nothing's bringing that one back. And then in resisting your fear, and it will now be Malachi's turn, whom I will, since I have updated his spell sheet to include spells, will burn another Toll the Dead against the one that is closer to him. So that's going to be the first one here. And then pull up his spell sheet. Going to cast. Yep, sorry, that's a 12 on the first one, which will be a failure. So we'll deal 2d12 necrotic. And for a total of 13 points of damage. Very nice. And I believe that already goes on there. It did. Perfect. So, very nice. Well done, Malachar. Well done.
Yay, Nat!
You're doing so good, Nat. Wow.
Who is also then going to break out Chort, pull him out of the backpack, and lob him as his movement onto the battlefield. So let me just grab NPC. And
What? Oh, that.
and he will act on Nat's turn, which is a 9. Perfect. I knew he had something else he could do. Like Nat has things to do. What's going on here? There we go. We'll say he has summoning sickness, though, so he can't attack this turn.
Summoning sickness.
All right. Next will be Spec.
Okay, so first and foremost, I would like to drink my lovely new potion that Sunuva gave me.
I gave Spec the healing in chat already, so she knows what to roll.
Yeah, so 2d8 plus con, which I don't have any con modifiers, so...
What? No, healing potion should be if it's
Right?
wait, 2d8. Wait, what's that? Oh, never mind. If that's something different, maybe.
That's what Corey gave me when I bought some.
yeah. That's different. That's different then.
Yeah.
Oh, come on!
It's okay.
One more.
You can roll an 8 still.
We'll get to
Oh,
second
did it
one.
not-
Don't forget
Yeah.
to roll the second one.
Is it coming? Because I rolled it. It says a 7, but it's not showing up.
Did you roll it in the tray?
Yeah.
Yeah, did you roll it in the tray?
I was having
Yeah,
that
it's
trouble
sitting-
earlier. That was when I
Okay, I guess I'll
restarted because they
re-roll.
weren't logging.
It's
Man.
okay, I'll take it, but I'm not
Money!
super worried about it.
Okay.
Go ahead and take 8 hit points of healing.
8 hit points.
What's your
you
con
swap
modifier?
Yeah, plus con. Or
I don't think I
nothing.
have any con.
11 con.
That's zero con. Zero.
Awesome. Else con.
As you feel the surge and the warmth in your belly, you're pretty sure there's some alcohol in that thing. That it burned on the way down, like the good stuff. And then a warmth flowed throughout your limbs, and a green radiant energy. You feel sort of green radiant energy as it just begins closing the wounds, the most urgent ones first, and the bleeding stops. Okay. You
Awesome.
still have your move and your bonus action.
So can I attack the one that? Wait, no, there isn't one anywhere close to us, correct? So I would need to move closer.
You would have to move closer, in fact, yeah.
Okay, so
You are frightened. Which one are you frightened of? So go ahead and roll me 3 attempts of wisdom saves.
Okay.
Negative. Negative. You are still frightened.
Yeah.
You are unable to approach.
All right. Guess that's. Let's see. Do I still have another action this turn?
You have a bonus action now. Is there anything you can do as a bonus action? I don't think there is as a rogue.
You
You
could
could hide.
dash, or hide.
Can I hide behind one of the stone pillars that are kind of close?
There is one a little bit further away from the fight from where you are. You could not move up, though.
Okay. Well, then I guess I'll end my turn because there's not much I can do at the moment.
I would argue you could squeeze into that room just above you to your left, but that's probably about the best you can do.
Okay. Guess I'll just stay back because I think that's
Okay.
a little bit too out of the way.
Hello?
Yes. Hello. Okay. So I am going to. I'm between a rock and a hard place here.
But you have advantage
I-
flanking on both of them.
Yeah, but yes, great. I think I am going to. Can I disengage? Is that a thing I can do?
Not a
Like as my
warlock thing.
action?
Well, no, as an action, they can.
As an action,
Yeah, like
you
as an
can.
action. Yeah. So as an action, I'm going to disengage and go behind between Fane and Malakar. And as my bonus action, I am going to use my healing light on him.
Okay.
So let me see how many I'm going to do. We'll do
Whatever you
another
feel
3.
like.
We'll do
Oh,
3
you are
because you've got to.
best.
Because you've
You are
got to.
wonderful.
Praise Mount Celestia.
Oh,
Whoop! I did not. I don't know why that did that, but okay. Oh no!
5 and 8
8.
total.
So
Oh,
8 hit points for you.
wonderful. You are the best. Fane comes back to breath, goes, looks up at you and goes, thank you so much. You're the best.
You're welcome.
And Paolo looks a little bit like an angel above you, and you're not quite sure you made it.
Oh, shit.
Celestial note. I couldn't help it.
Is that you, Feza?
And that will be it for me.
You're not that lucky. More likely Razia.
Ooh. Ooh, my.
Burn, failure. Burn. Okay, excellent. Well done. And okay, so the abomination of horror is going to the one that is further back is going to make an advance, but oh man.
I mean, it is completely understandable. I am on the ground. He gets advantage on attacks. It makes sense.
Yeah. This they have not been like, no. Okay. You're okay here. But it is going to attack you.
Of course.
Okay.
Please. I am not adverse to character deaths.
16 is a miss.
That is, yeah. But he
A
gets
claw?
advantage because I am on the ground.
Okay, well it's only half-heartedly trying to kill you. You just happen to be in between. It is going to hit you with
Yeah, 21 hits, definitely, for sure. I am unconscious again.
Come on.
That is fine. I mean, I am here to protect everyone. If I go down, I go down. It's fine.
Next is going to be the other abomination horror.
Of course.
Got a bad feeling about this.
Who is going
I'm
to
very
step?
full plate.
Who is going to step into a shadow of his friend here, and then appear over here.
Yeah, okay.
It is going
This
to
is fun.
attack Suniva.
Bring it, Ogo.
All right.
You
16
pansy!
is a miss. The bite is a 16. The claw comes in at a
Oh, that'll
25. So 9 points of damage against Suniva. And need a saving throw.
Oh, it
you
rose for me automatically.
fail.
That's weird.
It doesn't have to. It's just because I declared the target. I'm trying to get it to use the ability to display the target. So it's a DC 16. Please roll.
I mean, if it rolled, we can keep my fail. That's fine. I was just like about to
Okay.
do it, and it just threw me off. That's all.
All right. I applied the effect frightened to you for that creature.
Okay.
And then it is going to be
Come on,
Fane's
Fenwus
turn.
son. It is not a natural 20, but I at least succeed.
You succeed. All right. Short, save the day, says Malachi.
That scans.
All right. And Short is going to attack with his spike chain. No, he's not. He's going to cast Tasha's Hideous Laughter.
Ooh.
Make sure targeting the right critter. Perfect. And let's see. Oh, succeeds. All right. And that did not work the way I wanted it to, but oh well. Next will be that was weird.
Okay. Well, I think it is my turn now, yeah?
Yes, it is. That was very weird. Okay, go ahead.
Is everything okay?
Yeah, no.
Is all good, DM?
Short was set above you in the combat tracker, and then when
Oh,
I
that's
hit the
weird.
next one, it went to Suniva, which was above it. But it's okay. No problem.
Yeah, very strange. I don't know. I guess because maybe it just automatically sticks it on the same initiative as Malakar.
Yeah, he is on the same initiative as Malakar, but for some reason I must have skipped over you when I went to Short. So go ahead.
No worries. That is okay. So I think I'm only afraid of Abomination 2, right? I'm not currently afraid of the one near Fane. I just want to make sure I know, like, what who I'm able to run to. Well, I do not like to leave a Spectessa here alone, so I'm just going to kind of close my eyes and just wail blindly at this thing because it's disadvantage. So, all right, unarmed attacks. Let's go. Ooh, dirty 20 and an 18.
Both will hit.
That is perfect.
Yes. You know what? I'm gonna burn a key point to stunning strike. It has to make I think it's a con or a wisdom DC 14. Let me check.
It's con.
Is it con? I could never remember. Yeah, it's con.
Stunning strike is con.
Well, nine's not
stunned.
good. All
That's
right,
never
now
worked before.
Pro level!
So it is now stunned until the end of my next turn. And do I also get a wisdom save now?
You do.
Stunning strike! Monks, yo! Alright, come on, come on. No, I'm still afraid. Satisfied. Which I believe means
like a
if Spectissa attacks it on her next turn, everything's going to have advantage because it's stunned and can't move. But if you're afraid, it would cancel out, so it's at least straight attacks. So,
All right.
everyone, come and wail on the sing while you can.
Awesome.
I am unconscious.
All right. Now it would be short, but he already went. So Malakar, hearing your shout of come wail on this thing, is going to come around here and wizard tank sort of skirt the battle here, but not step out of a threatened zone. Almost gives him line of sight. I think he's going to risk stepping out of line of sight on this one. Or out of combat and take the attack of opportunity because he hasn't been damaged at all yet. And is hit. Of course he is.
Oh no!
Partially absorbed. What?
What? That is not correct.
Okay.
Right?
I feel like that's a very low amount of hit points.
He has more hit points than that.
Yeah, why did it say? Because it says damage 20. What? Did it for some reason say, or did it for some reason say that he was wounded before he was?
I was muted. I think it might have had leftover damage from our last combat in Fantasy Grounds, because that's happened before. I actually think it's happened specifically with Malakar before, where like things didn't reset for some reason.
Yeah.
I don't think he's taken any damage yet.
Yeah, he hasn't
I
got
don't
hit
think
at all.
So I'm going to mark that as 27 hit points off of him. And that's, yeah, he hadn't taken any damage yet that I can recall.
Yeah, no, he definitely hasn't. I've been in the way. Going unconscious.
Well, no, there was the, no, there was. He failed the shadow ability for 27
Oh, right,
points.
that thing.
Oh.
Yeah. Nope, yeah, he is unconscious, isn't
Yep.
he?
And that's not a nominal
Yeah.
amount of hit points.
I forgot about that thing. Yeah, he is unconscious.
Wait.
So
Oh, really? Shit. He took
Yeah,
damage
he-
before?
That
That-
shadow
that
thing
AoE.
that did like 30 damage.
Right.
Yeah, I forgot about that thing. 27 whole damage he took from that.
Oh,
and that was 27 to just swipe at him. Though he does have an ability that would drop the damage.
Does he have time
Already took it off,
does-
though.
He's got. I know he has an abjuration shield, but I think he also has
Yes.
shield. Would casting shield have been enough to up his AC? It's +2 to
Yeah,
your
that's
AC.
a good point. It's +5 to your AC, not 2.
Yeah,
Oh, is
five.
it? Oh, I'm thinking Shield
Yeah.
of Faith is +2.
Yeah. Shield should have made him not get hit, right?
Yeah,
'Cause
he's definitely
what's
got
his
shield because
standard
he's
AC?
used
yeah,
it before.
that would reaction shield. That would do it.
Yeah.
So,
Whew.
yep. He's a wily bugger. Matt, if you're watching this, it's a good thing your party's got your back here.
We love you, Nat.
Burned your shield, though. Burned
Too bad he
your
went to
shield.
sleep.
Feel better.
Oh, good idea.
Feel
Yeah.
better.
Definitely feel better.
I know.
Yeah, please come back.
None of us can Malakar as well as you.
That's good.
That might be a blessing.
I think it is. World couldn't handle more Malakars.
Oof. Oof. This is entertaining.
Hmm.
Come on, we went in here knowing that there was only a that it was just a very paltry 90% chance of death. I think we're doing
that is
pretty
not-
good.
90%.
And I
I
mean-
mean, that's fine.
And we have taken down a bunch of these bug things already with us, so I mean, if we can just get rid of these guys, maybe everybody will be okay after.
All right, so he's
This
going to
will
toll
be
the dead this guy for a total of
Nice.
14 points of damage. Well done. Well,
15.
oh, yeah, 15. All right.
Nice.
That should be effective. And next is going to be Spec.
Get it, Rogue?
All right.
Run them back.
So I would have to. Do I have to do the con save to see if I'm still frightened? To see if I get the advantage of them being stunned? Right? Or
They're stuns, I mean, no matter what. I'm not sure how that affects their fear effect. I imagine that is still going, but it would, in theory, negate, like, the disadvantage to be a straight roll.
okay. So I should go ahead and is it roll just a con save
It's Wisdom.
or
Wisdom.
wisdom? Okay.
Wisdom.
But that the wisdom save is at the end of your turn, not at the beginning.
Yep.
Oh.
Yeah.
my bad. Okay.
Yeah.
So can I go ahead and attack the one that's closest to Sneva?
You are not afraid of the one that is directly in front of you. You can attack that one.
All right, so I will attack with my short sword.
It shouldn't be at disadvantage, though.
Why is it a disadvantage?
Sight. It's not in sight. It dropped to 10, so that would be a 17 to hit. Roll damage.
Let's see.
Okay.
So D6 plus 4, I believe.
Yeah. So d6 plus.
You go ahead and move you up.
See if that
even though you
worked.
technically wouldn't be able to because it's only a half step. All right, and you do have sneak attack on it because you have an ally within 5 feet, right?
Right.
Yeah. So, and technically, since she cannot see the other one and it's stunned, she would have had advantage either way. So, yeah. So 3d6.
So actually, go ahead and roll another attack to see if you crit.
Okay.
No.
Ooh, okay.
But this the extra 3d6 would
Yeah,
be
so you
great.
get 3d6.
So, okay. I don't get the +4 modifier on those, or do I?
No, you already
No.
rolled your +4 modifier.
Okay, so just 3 regular d6s.
Yep.
Also, you can actually, like, on the d6s, if you hold it, you can right-click to add more dice and then roll it all at once.
Oh, good rolls.
Cool.
Those are
I didn't know that.
great rolls.
Good
All right,
rolls.
21
Yeah,
total
Spec.
damage.
Very nice.
21 total.
Damage on your primary attack. You still have your offhand. Right?
Wait, well,
Yeah.
did my offhand hit?
You haven't rolled your offhand yet.
Oh, I thought that's what I rolled previously. Okay.
Nice.
19 was the one that was dropped, which would be
19.
advantage, but either way hits, I assume.
Okay. So this is
Yeah,
the offhand.
so that
So
would
is
The hit would
This
be
is just 1d6.
Just 1d6, yeah.
okay.
2.
Hey, 2 damage is 2 damage.
Yep. So another 2 damage. Perfect.
Ah. Was hoping that was the moment where the D went, that is exactly what you need.
Sorry.
That's,
I will say he's in the red.
that's cute. Look at you
All right,
all
we can look at
optimistic.
yeah, I forgot we can look at that.
Hallow.
Yes,
Very,
hello.
very nice. Like, don't forget, you also have that advantage. The inspiration, GM inspiration.
Okay. And I can add that to an attack before I roll.
Yes, you just have to declare you're going to use your inspiration roll, and then you roll at advantage.
Okay.
Okay, Hallow.
All right. Yes. Quit dying, you coward. I
am literally not a coward.
I am going to I am going to Eldritch Blast whatever this is, number 1.
Number fun.
As you do.
Makes
So
perfect sense.
oh, that was a 20 for a second. All right, so I'm guessing nothing. That doesn't hit. What do I have? Plus 7. Yeah. So that's a 9. So that's 1 bolt, and then I get 2 bolts. So that's a 21 to hit on the second bolt.
A 21 will hit.
Okay. So that's 1d10 plus 4. So that's 8 force damage on number 1. And then I am going to use my last healing light on Fane. And let's see. Whoop.
I promise you, I
Okay.
will die again immediately.
Well-
Oh, 1 point. That's great.
Go with God.
You mean Matt Celestia?
Go with that, Celestia. Just think. I just like reach in. Think.
Thank you, Hallow.
This is great. You are the best again.
You feel a sense of rejoice fill you as the voice of your deity thanks you for your service.
You're welcome.
Oh, that's Leslie never thanks me for my service.
I wonder why that is.
That is.
That is okay. I do not need
Jade.
thanks.
All right. At this point, a massive tremor
Oh no.
shakes the ground, and roots in clumps that are calcified begin to fall from the ceiling, and the floor splits down the center of the chamber, which begins falling apart or pulling apart from its different sides, and the ceiling begins to cave in and crushes down in between you, and from among the rubble it falls in, atop it strides in a resplendently armored individual with blazing wings. And she looks down at the crushed forms of these horrors with a deep face of consternation. And that's where we're going to wrap it for the week, guys.
Yes!
How dare?
Right? So wait, so the horrors are smushed now? Is that what just happened?
Well, you think so. They're pretty squished. The ceiling came down upon them. The maw of the ground and the earth just split open, and the ceiling came caving in down on top of them. And the earth that sort of floods in on top of them between the two of you, right in front of Suniva, in fact, as these boulders begin falling from the ceiling, and then an angel walks in on top of the rubble.
Just leaning over, going, "What do I do this? Oh, I can't see anything. Oh, this is horrible."
Hello.
Just as you think you're about to get a vision, a rock, a brick, just bangs you right across the nose.
Oh,
You lose what is-
No.
Oh, thank God that was less than 1 hit point. It rounds down to 0.
Oh,
Oh,
what do you guys think? That was rough. That was rough. That was a hard
Oh,
fight.
freaking fear effect, man.
That was a whole thing.
just down the whole fight.
I just
That
took a nap.
I took
Most
0
health,
damage.
most AP, most on the ground.
I took 0 damage.
Oh my
So Spec
god.
went
Zero
down
damage.
twice in that fight. Thane went down 3 times. Malachar almost
Malachar
went
went
down.
down.
Malika almost went down, but he was smart and he remembered he could shield.
Trixie Wizard. Evades the
Trixie
death.
Wizard as tank.
Malachar, let that be a warning to you. These guys are not so nice. But, oh man. I loved the creatures. I loved building them for this week's fight. The stat block was just reskinned for the sake of this week. It was just a CR10 Shadow Horror from Guildmaster's Guide to Ravnica. But I will be modifying and balancing that a little more direct for the encounter when I put it out into the module and Dungeon Masters Guild. It has not been released for Season 1 yet, but this will be at the beginning of Season 2's module, which will come out as a follow-up. Still got some edits to do in the Season 1.
Just FYI, we do have we did reach our tweet limit, so right now, if you type !loots in the chat, you will be entered in a chance to win some free dice from Tabletop Loot dice.
Tabletop
So do that
Loot
up while you
dice?
have the chance. They got good dice.
See, you already won by watching the stream, and then you can win dice on top of it. Ah, Sam, thank you for calling that out. And yes, thank you guys, everybody out there. If you're watching the VOD, please like and subscribe. And if you're catching us here on a demand or on a video on demand or the or on YouTube, give your ERP a follow. Definitely my favorite channel. You guys over at ERP, thank you very much. And to the amazing players / cast on here, you guys did a wonderful job in there, and I can't wait to see what happens next week. Holy crap. An angel? The hell is
So
this?
does this
being?
look like any of those angel-y type guys that we met before down underground, or is this like a whole new angel-y type guy?
This is definitely a different angel. That one was
Oh.
like black-winged and angry. Sort of.
That was the second
like-
time we met him. That was the first time we met him, but he was very nice and let us take a nap.
Yeah.
Oh, we
I
can
have
only hope.
definitely never seen an angel before, ever in my life. Never, ever, ever.
There's time for everything.
Oh, they are very pretty, but pretty intense.
Yeah, they're pretty strong on their convictions. Ask Emma Shea about that one.
Oh, wait! We can't.
We can. Oh, all right, guys. I can't wait to see what happens over the course of the next week. And get in the chat there on Discord, and we'll all be available there all week long, talking and speculating about what happened today and figuring out what is going to happen next week. So, love you guys. Thanks for watching. And Lindy, thank you for the amazing support. It's been
Yes, Lindy and Will.
Thank you.
Thank
you,
you,
Will.
job. And Will, thank you.
We'll see you all next week.
Yeah, we'll see you next week. Feel better, Nat!
Bye.